Support for this episode of The Read comes from Squarespace, with Squarespace's beautifully designed templates and their customizable features. You can create a beautiful website that is simple, easy to create. No matter what you need, Squarespace gives you everything that you need to make your sexy, beautiful dream website a complete reality. And guess what? Today you can start for gratis. Free, that is, a trial at squarespace.com. If you enter code READ and get 10% off your first purchase. Tell them we sent you. Let's move on.
Hey guys, today's episode is also brought to you by Talkspace. Talkspace, of course, is the online therapy company that lets you choose from over 1,500 licensed therapists. You can get matched with your perfect therapist who can help put you on the path to a happier life today. For a special offer for our listeners, visit Talkspace.com/theread. That's Talkspace.com/theread. Let them know we sent you, and let's start the show.
Know about all new snacks before they even hit the streets. All the bootleg snacks. The year 2000 snacks. Go hit me the other day talking about Cupcake got a new twig come out next month. It's a bad motherfucker. When you bite into it.
Is it Bebe's Kids?
Is it Bebe's Kids?
It's not Bebe's Kids. I thought it was damn. Can I get a different quote?
Okay, sure.
It sounds like one of the jokes that the nigga from Bebe's Kids would have did.
Look at my roof. Look at my roof.
Is that the whole quote?
I'm not trying to give you the easiest one. Oh, you Googled it already.
No.
What is it?
Next Friday, which I did not like.
You Googled it.
I did.
You didn't like. Well, you know what? Fair.
But I didn't like Next Friday, so
fair.
I didn't watch it enough times to have it memorized.
Next Friday is the weakest of the bunch.
See there? So I don't feel
But I already
bad.
did the first Friday, and I feel like I did Friday After Next.
Well, I feel like you could probably give me any quote from the first Friday, and I would know it, because I have seen that movie 1,000 times.
Everyone has.
I'm just saying. This I'm not gonna feel personally bad for this loss. I'm still celebrating my 3 wins.
Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of The Read. I am Baby D.
And I am Jamel Hill. And this is The Read.
We are, scratching, surviving out here. First of all, shout out to everybody who reached out to me asking about my family and loved ones out in Florida. Everyone that I've spoken to is safe and in good spirits. Irma,
amen,
thought, with all of her bald-headed, raggedy-ass games and nerve, that she was really going to take our joy and our lives from us. And she devastated many, but we'll persevere and rebuild. Shout out to everybody out there and all of y'all for caring and being so kind, because the Lord knows I was in the fetal. I called my mom about 30 times. I called them at like 2 a.m. at one point. And my mother was just very much like laying next to my daddy, like, here, just take this.
I wish you would go to sleep, because we are asleep.
We are sound. Like, everybody's good over here. So
that's
shout out
good,
to y'all.
Though. Good news.
So Black Excellence. This week, I've got 2.
Okay.
First of all, we're going to go with Sloane.
Yay, I was hoping.
Sloane Stephens, a.k.a. the 2017 U.S. Open Women's Champion. Congratulations to you for slaying the U.S. Open, which I was paying, some attention to and stuff like that. That was fun. I'm getting real into tennis and things. But past the win and the fact that you're gorgeous, that moment during the press conference, I guess, or whatever you would say afterwards, where that lady asked her if the win inspires her to come back and want to win again or do whatever. And she said, did you see that check that lady handed me? If that'll make you want to play tennis, I don't know what will. Like,
and all the white people doing there.
Oh, she's so jovial and just
what a funny joke.
Mama's
girl sitting up like,
no,
bitch.
but did you see the check that I got?
Even her face on the court when they gave it to her, that $3.7 million, she was like, what the fuck?
This is my all of this? I get to have this?
Yeah. Shout out to Sloane Stephens, man.
Also, and this just rocks my world, you know it does. Issa Rae.
Oh, yay!
The new face of CoverGirl.
Easy breezy, beautiful.
I mean, let's just talk about well-deserved, like obvious.
Yes.
Clearly.
A classic beauty.
Just
gorgeous, 100% from
the amount of times that you look at this woman's face and are just like, there it is.
Even when she was just right here in the studio, it was like, bitch, are you actually glowing? Like, you just gonna project this luminosity, my nigga?
So you have a natural highlight.
So you just walk around like that, really, bitch.
It's
so just your aura and everything. It's just right there, your fucking halo.
You have a natural trophy wife.
No, she really does. Yeah. No, she really does.
Right there.
It's just Fenty. Well, no, it's CoverGirl all over that face. But still, I like a gorgeous, amazing, incredibly funny and talented person. No one deserves it more.
To see these commercials and ads and stuff. I
hope she gets to be like herself and kind of awkward and goofy. And
that's what I'm hoping too.
Here I go trying to put on some makeup. Woo, Lord.
They let Janelle Monáe, rock her button downs and bow ties.
And be an alien. Yeah, they did. So I hope so. Shout out to Issa. Had the internet going crazy with her Insecure finale. So y'all still in your feelings.
Let's just go there.
So how did you feel, friend? The 30 Days with Lawrence.
First of all, wonderful writing. Great concept.
Really love how they did this episode.
Thanks for the extra 15 minutes. Appreciate it, especially since we haven't gotten to 10 episodes yet at the very, maybe next season. You know, I'm hoping we'll just make that leap forward. This isn't enough for me. This isn't enough for us. Let's pull it together. Come on, HBO, do the right thing. But I loved the concept of it. I don't have a fiery hatred in my belly for Lawrence anymore.
That scene at the end with the two of them talking about their feelings got to you?
It didn't get to me. But you know what? I appreciate everyone's growth.
Okay.
And I want to say mutual decision that they, need to just go their separate ways. But then Mama had her little daydream with, this little light-skinned baby in the...
Oh, that baby was so cute. Oh, man.
But totally, sometimes when you, break up with someone and it's like, oh, this is, really about to be over. And you, maybe think about, the life you could have had and that you definitely won't anymore.
The life you dreamed about having.
Right.
With that person, and now it's all gone. It's dead. So that kind of stuck me in my heart a little bit, but Fran was all in her feelings.
Oh, yeah.
From the moment that, Issa and Lawrence were in that apartment together and started talking about their feelings and shit.
I mean, I knew
was like, I love it. I love love. Everyone get back together. I'm
Absolutely.
Like, no. Hell no. These two do not need to get back together.
And magic fairy dust. No, the fuck they don't. No, they don't. They have so much more to learn about themselves and, right decisions, wrong decisions, and, making a solid effort. But, I think that I'm just interested. This is the thing. It was so satisfying as an ending for a season. It gives me, I'm interested in seeing what's going to happen now. What the fuck's Lawrence is going to think when he finds out that Mama is sleeping on this nigga's couch. What is that dynamic going to be about now?
Okay, that is going to be crazy.
Not all over your face. And why?
You're not going to be sleeping on that couch for too long, sis. And we all know it.
But I understand why she didn't want to stay at her brother's house because that nigga's annoying.
He was doing too much.
What is wrong with you? Damn. I was hoping at that table, that scene where he brought
I don't know.
apartment 4B, whatever her
Aparna?
Her.
Okay.
When he brought her to the dinner, why she didn't get read. That's your sister. Read her down. Like, I was sitting at that table going off.
He wouldn't have embarrassed Tiffany. He likes Tiffany probably more than he likes Issa.
And that's how you know something's wrong with the brother. How the fuck you love Tiffany but don't see it for Kelly? Kelly's the most lit one.
Okay, Kelly is the best.
So
I love how he was like, no niggas in my house unless I'm fucking them. And then, but like,
unreasonable.
Your friends can't take a shower in my house. Who would want to take a shower in your? Who's gonna call me like, hey, can I take a shower in your brother's
house? Like, what? Unreasonable.
But
out of
Molly
line.
and Dro though.
Molly just really loves being wrong. Obviously, she enjoys being
Molly
incorrect.
likes getting her feelings hurt.
She loves setting herself up for the wrong. I don't understand. I'm glad that Lil Rel got a little bit of play. I can't remember his character's name.
Quentin.
Yes, I'm glad that he got some play. He deserved it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to him. Dark Brothers coming back.
Deserves some pussy.
You know what I'm saying? And all of that. But she still laid up with Dro and his soft hair. And
she can't let him go. It's like she's saving all of her good decisions for work. Like, I'm only going to make smart decisions when it comes to my professional life. And then when it comes to niggas I sleep with, who cares? She's going to get her feelings hurt behind Dro. I just can't wait to see how they write it out.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like it wasn't one of those finales. It's like, oh my God, you cannot end it like this. I can't wait another year. Like, it was like a solid closing to a great season. And I'm still looking forward to what's going on or what's going to happen next. And I felt like new additions and new faces and stuff.
New stuff is coming. Tiffany's having a baby. All this shit.
So exciting. So I was very satisfied. And I don't want Lawrence to die in a fiery car crash anymore.
Well, look at that. That's the real growth.
You know, he said some things that made me realize.
About expectations and not meeting his own and all that.
Oh, you're not out here blaming everybody else.
Finally.
Growth. All right.
All right. Yeah. Yeah, Issa.
So this week in hot tops and cold bottoms.
I'm never going to get over that.
Where do we start? Okay. So Serena Williams posted a photograph of her brand new baby champion, Alexis Olympia. Let's just stop right there.
I said Serena played too much.
What the fuck is your problem, Serena? Are you serious? Like, you named the baby Olympia.
And they put Grand Slam titles won
yes,
at the end of the video.
Like, what?
I can't. God.
Yes. Everything about it. Yes. I love the name. I'm just excited to see Serena with the baby. And all of the little clips and stuff that she posted. I thought that she was going to go the Beyonce route and be like, you know, I'm going to just keep my baby to myself. You get a little picture of the baby now. And maybe in another like 6-7 months, I'll give you another little picture and maybe a boomerang. And then we're done. But fair amount of stuff. I don't know. Shout out to all of y'all. I just flamed parents on Instagram Live.
No, you didn't.
For bringing their babies to see it. But shout out to those of y'all who have babies and share them on Instagram. Those that I follow anyway. Because I don't plan to do that to myself anytime soon, if ever. Ever.
That's very, very authentic.
But I love the energy and, you know, just babies are so cute.
Loving this concept.
And I feel almost like I get to live vicariously through y'all with your, you know, first steps of the baby and their drool and all that stuff. It's cute. But I don't have to actually touch them or be around them or get them to stop crying. So I appreciate y'all for sharing, because if and when I do have kids, y'all won't see them motherfuckers. I'm treating them just like blanket. I'm getting a Beyonce shawl and covering that baby up. You won't ever see his face.
Yeah. I love how in the video they had like all these clips put together from like different points along her pregnancy, and her and her fiance, baby daddy, whomever, like being all cute with each other and rubbing her belly and all that. It was really adorable. But I don't know. I feel like if I have a kid, I won't put any part of it on the internet. Like, I probably won't even tell the internet that I'm pregnant, because I don't know. I don't know.
I'm definitely not telling them when I'm pregnant either.
I just feel a way about people and their energy and all that. Like, I have a friend from high school who would be like, I'm not putting none of my kids' pictures on the internet because people will pray all types of evil on your baby. And I'm like, okay, I don't know if I'll take it that far.
Yeah, like that's deep.
They was like, you have access to my
not
child's
even wrong.
eyes. Right. I'm like, it sounds a little crazy, but at the same time.
It's the internet, you never know.
That's the thing.
And that's
people
what I'm
are
saying.
nuts. So, I mean, Serena is super fucking famous. This was like probably a let's get ahead of the paparazzi thing. Maybe.
Right. Like, that's what I think that, even with Beyonce and her extremely glamorous, grandiose reveal of those babies and everything with Bluetooth, most of the things you've seen are stuff that she is sharing when she wants to through her own outlets. And, that makes no sense. It's just that for the average parent on Instagram or whatever, if you post pictures of your baby, people liking it, commenting on it are going to be people who know you and probably love that you have a baby and whatever. You know what I'm saying? Versus someone like Serena fucking Williams, who everybody hates her for not everybody hates her, but
no, but like white people
hate her
racists will say terrible things about her and her baby.
Right.
Terrible things.
It would make perfect sense to me, if Serena was like, you will see my child when they're in college and have their own Instagram account.
Y'all see Alexis Olympia when she decides that she's ready to be seen. I don't even think Sir and Rumi have left the house.
Probably not.
I think they probably still in that house.
I heard that they had like a
planetarium?
Not a, well, sure. But like they were at Made in America.
Oh, right.
And they had like a special like suite somewhere in the festival for the babies to be that was like had a specific temperature.
Wow.
And all
you can do that at a festival?
I mean, I don't know. It could be absolute bullshit. Like it could be, a rumor that somebody made up. But Beyonce definitely was out at Made in America. Jay-Z obviously was out there. And I wouldn't be surprised if they had the babies out there with some nannies, in
hid up in a temperature controlled space somewhere, probably
playing AR video games on their iPhone X.
Either that or in another room of the mansion that they just haven't seen yet. Like somebody just wheeled them into another room. Like, here's one that's brand new to y'all.
So we just built this one.
How do you like the colors in here?
We're going to finish that mural over there of the both of you in just a second. Yeah, I love the fact that in my mind, Sir and Rumi have absolutely beta tested the animojis.
Oh, my God.
They gave approval, disapproval where, needed.
They sent their feedback directly to Tim Cook.
Yeah, absolutely.
In Animoji.
Just kind of like,
I don't know about this one. It just kind of... I feel like my face isn't reflected properly.
So can we get a unicorn? They chose the unicorn.
They did.
Like it was their decision. Because the unicorn really doesn't get that much love in the emoji world. So the fact that we get...
Of course.
I'm flat out buying that phone. Like I know it's coming out November 3rd, I believe. So that'll be my birthday present to myself.
There you go. That's a great way to justify it.
I'm getting it, and I'm getting it in the 256 because 64 gigabytes for a phone for me is ludicrous. Like, that just does not work.
I mean, the music alone is like, I'll take all of that, girl. Thanks. And now what? Oh, you thought you was going to have apps? No, I don't think so.
I don't even save music on my phone. I have an iPod just because if I did save music on my phone, it would be even worse. I just like pictures, video, apps, everything. Text messages I don't delete.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a mess. So I'm getting that phone simply because I have to be able to send every single one of y'all shit emojis, yelling shit like, hey, bitch! Like,
I feel the same way. I'm like, the only reason to get this phone is to troll other people with the features.
Is that worth like $1,300?
Yes.
Yep. I'm so sorry. Like, I'm gonna.
Yes, it is.
Do it. I'm gonna. I've already seen messages and tweets that I'm like, ooh, bitch, if I had an emoji right now, like, it would be over for you. So, and my iPod just fell out of my pocket.
You threw the phone. Like,
so.
I mean this shit.
So yes, Olympia,
niggas
Alexis Olympia Ohanian Jr. I just
gotta say the Junior.
Olympia.
I love it.
Yes.
I said this.
Indeed.
I'm like, Serena, I feel like it was an argument. Like, I really wanted to be Olympian. Like, yes. I feel like he had to talk her down. Like, babe, Olympia is a name. It's a name. So, like, can we just compromise? Let the end go.
Back in. And she's super pregnant. So it's like, no! I want the full name. Either way, I live for it.
So
we know what you
sweet.
meant and where you were going with it. And either way, she still slays Maria Sharapova. So
She does. That whole book, I've been reading excerpts from Maria Sharapova's book, and it's just like this whole rivalry, it's all in your head. You're nowhere close to Serena's level. Like, she's beaten you, 17 times?
I feel like when Serena gave birth, there's
19
probably
times?
like
Crazy.
Maria was probably outside of the window looking in, and there's like a crack of lightning that just lit up her silhouette real quick.
Ooh.
Like,
I
she's
like
just
this.
like, what is wrong with you? With her hands pressed against the glass and tears streaming down her face.
Like, no!
Just like,
The heir is born.
another victor.
Olympia. And Serena named that child
I
Olympia.
can't
Yes!
get over it. I can't get over it.
I will never stop standing.
And her bone
legend.
structure is already perfect. Also, in the world of babies, although Brandy has said time and time again that she is not with child, new photographs have come out that are not helping.
I saw these.
Not helping her excuses. I saw, like, okay, so she's wearing like a tennis skirt.
I have a lot of questions about this skirt. Is
I
this
do too.
Sarai's skirt? I really think it is. Sarai, whatever that little girl's name is. This doesn't look like it was made for Brandy. And then she's got bike shorts on underneath it.
I'm assuming that she's going to the gym or coming. Well, I don't know.
Why would you wear that skirt?
I mean, well, she's got biker shorts on. It gives me Sinclair.
Is it fashion? Was this done on purpose?
No, she's like, just look, she's going to play tennis. Like, she's got a bag with tennis rackets in it, so she's going. to
this is her
actually play
tennis. Oh, okay.
That's
this is like her
tennis
tennis outfit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, her tennis sweatshirt makes her look incredibly pregnant.
So here's the thing. I kind of just want people to leave her alone about it. Just because I feel like if she's really not pregnant, then it probably doesn't feel great to have people continuously tell you that you look like you're pregnant. So I'm just going to go ahead and take
arguing
her
with you about it.
Right. Can you imagine? Like, if
I
you
can.
know that you're not pregnant and you just have gained weight or something, or might have a condition or
People
something.
are like, no, bitch, your thighs are fat and your stomach's fat and your face is fat.
Yeah,
And
I'm
you're like,
fatter now. Like, thanks for
I've been
holding
having
it
a
over my
lot
head.
of nachos. Thank you so much. You think I didn't notice that I had a fucking belly now? Right. There's always that. But then if the problem is that Brandy has done this before, so people think she's doing it again. Right. If this was the first time, then, people will probably just brush it off as weight gain. But she's been down this road of deception with pregnancies and marriages before. So I think people are just looking at it twice. Like, I don't know, girl, your nose is spreading in a way.
My only thing is why, like, if you're planning to have a baby, I'd imagine that eventually we're going to find out that you have a baby.
That's what doesn't make any sense. That's why I really want to give her the benefit of the doubt.
Exactly.
Because I just refuse to believe a 38-year-old woman is like lying about a pregnancy on purpose.
Right.
Like,
and
it just doesn't make sense.
I mean, it's not Michelle Obama having a baby. Like, I don't need to know.
There's also that.
If you say you're not pregnant, I'm going to take your word for it.
Right.
And that's the last I'm going to say about it. But I have heard a lot of people saying that they feel like she's possibly the surrogate for Ray J and Princess's baby.
That's crazy.
And my thing is, how would that work?
I thought Princess was pregnant.
She isn't she?
Right. I could have sworn the news came out 2 or 3 weeks ago that she was pregnant. So, but why, of all the people, I mean, I guess maybe your sister would be the one to carry your niece or nephew, but it just, if that was the case, then why would Brandy deny being pregnant? Wouldn't it be like, yes, I am pregnant and I'm so blessed and fortunate to be able to carry my young niece or whatever? Like, I don't think it would be something to lie about or act like you're ashamed of. So I don't get it.
All I know is that Brandy teeters on the edge on a regular basis. And I just don't want to,
I don't want to help push her over it.
Exactly.
That's really it. Like, I'm going to refuse to believe that Brandy is pregnant.
Until she is like,
until
I
she
had
says
a baby
that
came out of me.
Right.
I lied. Here's why. Or here's not why. I don't get. Like, she's going to have to come out and admit it. Otherwise, I don't want to just be beating her over the
I just will not believe that somebody who's almost 40 is doing that. I won't. I'm sorry.
Why?
I'm sorry. I can't do it. I want better for Brandy.
And if she is pregnant, I just hope that it is not Sister in the Baptist.
But I really think it is.
I mean, who else would it be, right?
And then I think Is he married? Does he have kids?
I don't know
what's the story with that?
But...
See, she probably don't want to think about none of that.
Exactly.
I hope it is just burritos and ribs.
That is understandable.
It is.
You know, maybe Chipotle is her life.
Or, you just had a little bit too much wine for like 3 or 4 weeks in a row. It's fine. Shit happens.
Speaking of bubble guts, Old Lady Gang is back on top.
We won't be doing this.
I mentioned last week on the podcast that Old Lady Gang received a C grade from the health inspectors over there in Fulton County. But I did wrap it up when I saw on the Shade Room that Candy is saying that they quickly fixed whatever it was that they needed to, and they're at an A now. Now, I didn't see it on the website at that point, but it has been updated now.
Oh, yay.
So they are at an A. Candy basically said that they were minor things like someone in the kitchen didn't have their hairnet on, or we ran out of paper towels by the sink. We immediately corrected those things, and our score returned to an A. We love our customers. We do whatever we can to make sure they are having an amazing experience when it comes to cleanliness. We're more than on top of things, I guess, except Bounty. The only complaint I've ever received from customers from OLG is the fact that there is a long-ass wait, is what she told to bscott.com.
Oh, you ain't never heard the saltiness thing?
Yeah, because I've heard it. So I guess they're not telling you. But I still want to go and try it out, or at least say that I went.
I mean, I would absolutely sample it for myself just to say, from my own experience what it was like.
We have to go to Atlanta at the end of the month anyway.
Oh, true. We are going to Atlanta at the end of the month, so we might as well just swing right on through and be like, okay, Candy. Oh, Lord.
Candy, I need to bring my paper towels.
Are her aunties really in there cooking?
I doubt it.
It can't be, right?
Hell
it's
no.
like their recipes or whatever, yeah.
One of them, I think it was Bertha, had already told them off rip that she wasn't doing it.
Y'all got me fucked up.
No.
Ain't.
I gave you the recipe, find capable hands.
Yeah, let's just go with like a roll of Viva and some hairnets.
But I am glad that they, were able to quickly fix all of that.
Yeah, I'm glad it wasn't like something that would cause them to be immediately shut down, and I'm glad that whatever it is, it has been fixed. I mean, that's one thing about the internet, like enough pressure from people will get you on top of your shit and fixing whatever you need to fix. So, all right, Candy.
So we briefly mentioned Rihanna's new empire in Fenty Beauty.
She got me, man. She got me.
So I am purchasing Fenty Beauty products just because I want to buy some. Like, I don't know anything about makeup.
Okay.
And I don't even know if I'd be able to give it away. The lip gloss, certainly, because it's only one of them.
Yeah, it's a pretty universal, neutral color. It's really pretty.
But I'm just like, I just want to buy things that look fun and then give them to people. But I'm sure I'll give you like one of these contour sticks or whatever they're called to be like, bitch, I can't use this.
Well, she sells them in like a little 3-pack. So if you know your foundation color, it's pretty easy to figure out which of the contour, highlight, whatever the fuck, concealer packages you need. But like, you should at least go play around it. And I'm gonna take Fran next week, but I'm sure she has your color and you can find stuff if you want to. I don't get into highlights.
I probably could use some makeup, but I don't plan on using any makeup. I just want to buy it because Rihanna has makeup and because she launched it with 40 fucking shades of foundation.
Man, it's wild. And it matches like different undertones and shit. Warm and cool and neutral. It's like as far as I know, somebody who knows makeup is going to correct me, but like the undertones in your skin, like the colors, I guess, beneath it or something, my shit is warm.
I don't understand. I'm looking at one color.
Somebody used to tell me, I think somebody told me back in the day how it works. But anyway, I bet like if you were interested, because her foundation is like really light and looks really natural.
You know what? We should buy a bunch of Fenty Beauty makeup and we should do each other's makeup on like Instagram Live.
Yeah.
Just for fuck's sake.
Yes, I actually have. Well, I went to Sephora and I bought the foundation and the 3-stick bundle product with the concealer and contour and all that. I got Trophy Wife. I got 2 more of the highlighters. I got the primer, the lip gloss.
See, I want that Trophy Wife thing just because it looks like fun. Like, I just want to look at it.
You open it and it looks like something from, I don't know, like Sailor Moon or one of your animes. And like it glows. It glows as soon as you open it. It's crazy.
I'm just turned on by the packaging.
Oh, man. Well, the colors themselves, like the makeup itself is really fun. It's got me into it. Like, got me looking at different YouTube girls trying to figure out how to really put it on because I don't know shit about it really.
So I did watch a bunch of like makeup tutorials of people using Fenty Beauty. And I've watched makeup tutorials before because I just find it fascinating. But I watched like this white girl, a really dark black girl. I watched a Latina girl, like a bunch of different girls just to see how everybody was reacting like to the different shades and stuff. And every single person I watched, they were all like blown away by the experience. I was just like, Rihanna, just come in and fuck up the game. This is how you do it.
Yeah.
Jump in and just fuck it up. Everybody is shook. All of the girls are talking about their dark products now.
Yeah.
Kylie posted some shit.
Oh, God, they are.
A picture of poor Justine Skye talking about brown sugar matte is available now. And all of Twitter let her have it.
Like, oh, yeah, I bet
thanks,
it is.
sweetie. We're fine. We're good over here.
We're
Thanks
so
a bunch.
good. You and most of these lines have like 3 or 4 colors for anybody who isn't white.
Right.
And so for Rihanna to show up with like, okay, listen, I got everybody from like redheads on down to the darkest of the black girls covered. So wherever you at, come through. Asian girls, they be getting y'all fucked up all the time too with your shades. Don't worry, I got you. So it's like the rest of y'all doing these last ditch efforts to like promote your girl of color products is like, we just see right through it. Like y'all may have had these products for a long, long time, but this sudden rush to all of a sudden let us know that you have them. Like, where was all this promo before Rihanna came out and got everybody shook up? Where was it then?
Because all her dark shades are sold out now. It's almost as if...
I had to go to 2 Sephoras to find mine.
It's almost as if women with dark skin...
It's almost like we've been waiting.
Wear makeup.
It's almost like we've been waiting for somebody to actually make something that matches us.
Is there a market for all kinds of women? Like...
But especially the darker girls. I love it. My heart just like leapt for joy to go in Sephora and see dark-skinned girls working there and dark-skinned girls getting matched and like black girls just being excited, just hovering around the Fenty Beauty section, you know, putting highlighters and shit on each other. It was so fun. So I'm really proud of Rihanna.
Oh, I just have to, this girl on YouTube, her name is Patricia Bright. She's from England. And I really got a kick out of her makeup tutorial for Rihanna, as well as her Kim Kardashian makeup tutorial.
Oh, her review of the Kim Kardashian stuff. Patricia Bright, I'm gonna look it up. But she's like, oh, this shit is cheap and gray.
No, she was really fair and very reasonable about, but you have to actually watch her experience doing makeup. But yeah, whatever. Shout out to all of the makeup girls getting their life from Fenty Beauty, and for Rihanna, just, I mean, duh. Like, that should have been a given. And it kind of was. But congrats, sweetheart. And she had all of the models at Fenty Puma done up in her makeup. Oh,
yes. I remember I saw, I think on her Instagram post, she was like, Fenty from head to toe, face down to the toenails. Like, it's literally all my products. All of it is me.
What a machine.
I love her. I do.
All right. So things are going to get weird.
Oh, no. We were doing so well.
First of all, Cardi B and some more got into it. Well, not really got into it.
Some more. How random. No, I know what that is, but I'm just like,
no, I know. I just felt like I needed to really just let it sit there. So some more posted a video on her Instagram. And if this lovely Wi-Fi would get her life together, then I could tell you what it said. But basically, it was a video of Cardi from the Bodega Yellow video or whatever. And it said something like, basically that you need to watch your paperwork. Just because you're winning doesn't mean that you're succeeding or something. Like, oh my God, Wi-Fi, like seriously.
Just because you winning don't mean that you succeeding. What the hell is that?
I can't like...
Oh, just because you're busy don't mean you're winning. You better be reading your paperwork. Chandelier over here. What the hell does that mean?
I don't know. But
did she disable comments on it?
Fucking shit just went to hell.
Oh, well, I found it. It done pulled up on mine.
Anyway, Cardi B responded with a photograph of her own that says, coming from nothing isn't winning. Doing everything they said I couldn't because of my stripper past isn't winning. Taking care of my family, etc., etc., etc. I know you must be so busy and overbooked that finding the time to give me advice was hard, but I talked to Christ.
Yes.
I talk
pull
to
up
Christ
Jesus.
and my mother every day, and I don't need it. So here's the thing. Samore, and this is no shade, Samore is like in her auntie era.
True.
So I felt as though, this didn't necessarily come off as an attack to Cardi B specifically, but more like not the greatest use of a meme. Like, it didn't seem like she was coming for, because why? For what?
Right. It doesn't make sense. But see, like, using Cardi B, what was the point in putting Cardi B's video? Like, if the whole point was your caption, why use that video? It just doesn't make sense.
Aunties don't really know how to use.
Oh, this is true. This is true.
You know what I mean? Because
aunties do not know how to use social. Why does my mama have 2 Facebook accounts that she don't use? One with her real name and one with her nickname. And she done requested everybody twice. And she don't feel no way about it.
No. You just... What?
They don't know what they're doing.
Why is this happening?
Let me click this.
Some more.
So it's literally just Cardi's video. It's
just Cardi's video, and it's just that comment. So I don't really know why exactly. And it's also it looks like she reposted it.
Yeah.
So I don't know if the caption came with, I don't know. I really don't know what the purpose of that was, but obviously Cardi B took offense to it. And so some more.
I understand why she did. Like, it doesn't make sense.
Absolutely. She sort of responded to it via the Shade Room's DMs. She said, "Y'all are real crazy, but I love what you do. Let's be clear that I am a grown woman and don't owe anyone an explanation as to my actions. My post was not directed to Cardi B. I am a fan of her music and thoroughly respect her hustle. I'm a chandelier, and chandelier status is where I live." I don't know what that means.
It's in her bio on Instagram. Dope for real. I live on chandelier status. I don't know. But she also posted
Sparkly
3 pictures. She posted the exact same picture 3 times in a row. And has not deleted the 2 duplicates. So I think you're right about she don't know what the fuck she's doing on social. And so she don't even understand. She probably thought that this was, her caption was like in support of Cardi. Like, yeah, hoes, y'all talking this and that. But just because you busy don't mean this. And
you remember when Miss Tina liked Jennifer Hudson Shade?
Oh, yes, I do. She swore up and down. She was like, I didn't know what I was looking at.
She probably thought she was blocking them.
And was like, now this is not nice. And I love Jennifer. That's a nice girl. And then the next thing you know, you done liked it and niggas done screenshotted it. Some more don't know what she doing, man. I'm going to chalk it up to that because who triple posts on Instagram?
Many people,
but
actually,
the thing,
but
on
usually
purpose?
On purpose.
Oh, well.
I don't think that she was, but I know people.
But then she
do.
also disables comments on every post. So it's like she knows what she's doing.
Is there a way to just have all your comments disabled all the time, or do you have to do it individually?
I don't know the answer to that.
All right. Well, all's well that ends in hell. Moving right along.
Sure.
So Tyrese has feelings.
Oh my God. I was hoping you were going to talk about this. I really was.
Tyrese has passionate feelings. In relation to Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Now, not the passionate feelings that most of us have for Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
In your loins.
More feelings of jealousy, rage, and bitterness. The Rock posted a photo on his Instagram. I'm not going to read the whole caption, but essentially he alludes to the fact that there is a deal that's pretty much wrapping up for a spin-off film starring his character from the Fast and the Furious franchise, who I believe his name is Hobbs.
Okay, like Calvin and.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Exactly like Calvin and. Tyrese left a comment under the picture that says the following. This may take the remainder of the show, just getting through these words. If you move forward with that hashtag Hobbs movie, I purposely mentioned the hashtag. I'll get to that later.
Okay.
If you move forward with that hashtag Hobbs movie, you will have purposely ignored the heart-to-heart moment we had in my Sprinter. I don't want to hear from you until you remember what we talked about. And he's probably like, fine.
No problem.
That's okay.
You don't want to hear from me? I didn't want to call you. So,
I'm on your timeline because you're not responding to my text messages.
Oh my God.
Hashtag Fast Family is just that, a family. We don't fly solo.
Oh, bitch, you're not a real family. You're all actors contracted on a movie. I didn't read his comment on The Rock's Instagram. I just read his Instagram post.
Oh,
with
I'm getting to that
essay that he wrote.
I'm getting to that
It's
next.
a mess.
I know that, like, okay, so I bought all the Fast and the Furious movies because I guess I was bored and drunk and on Amazon, you know, being ridiculous.
Right.
But I was interested in why they have 8 films.
I still don't know.
And they still like break records.
Yeah.
And people rush out to see them.
I think it's the highest grossing franchise of all time. I think it is.
Like how many things can you drive a car off of? Like
Niggas are still going to watch y'all drive cars real fast.
So there's actually a theme within the franchise of family.
Okay.
Of like all of these racer nigga.
Okay. Sure.
Super vigilante, anti-hero, whatever they are. Like the Fast and Furious niggas.
I've never seen a Fast and Furious
Diesel
movie.
and his niggas.
Are they like Robin Hood?
No.
Okay.
Well, ish. Sort of.
Like rob from the rich and give to the poor?
Rob to the rich and give to my motherfucking self.
Oh.
And the first one, here's the thing. So there are 8 movies, right? And I think that they said they're going to stop at 10. 8 was last year, I believe.
Right.
So I've watched the first 7. I haven't seen 8 yet. But the first one was like, okay, really cheesy bro movie about fast cars and girls dressed like they in a 3LW video. Fine. Then the second one was the first one with Tyrese. It was whack. Then the third one, I believe, is the one with Lil Bow Wow and that man with that horrible accent. If that's actually his accent, then I'd love to know where he's from. If it's not, he should have taken it back to wherever he got it. But that movie was also very dumb. And then the fourth one was kind of boring too. And then finally kind of picked up, to me anyway, in the fifth one, when they brought The Rock around, not just because he is just the best actor in the world and he's super fine and it just made the movie better. Like, it kind of changed the tone and the direction of everything a little bit. So I guess that's why this guy's getting a spinoff, because he added...
Is that when Paul Walker died, the fifth movie or the sixth one?
No. I think he died around 7.
7. Okay.
I think so. So...
All right.
Yeah, like, I think that also has a lot to do with why they feel this family thing, and I don't know where...
I mean, even if you were, like, super invested in that whole idea, why would you get on this man's Instagram acting like this?
Right. So...
No, nigga.
So then he posts on his page, Tyrese says, when you see the bullshit playing out in front of you, and you can't say anything because they don't want you to win the battles and lose the war. Reckless? Who, me? Nah. I'm just the last of the real ones in this town who speaks his mind openly and hope that folks grow from the truth. The real ones do. The real ones know that God is mad at us all because we are not honoring him and giving him all the praise and glory for our blessed and significant life. Let me just come back. For our blessed and significant life.
Our?
We have convinced ourselves that we live this life.
What?
Because we work hard. What about God?
What?
God has nothing to do with this? What does he have to do with this? What does this have to do with the fact that you don't want him to do this movie? What is God?
What about God?
What profits a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul?
No, you didn't, nigga.
I thank God every day that I still have my soul. Without God in my soul, I would be empty, chasing things and people that literally mean nothing to me. Praying for all you guys who were directly affected with me by these hurricanes and these natural disasters worldwide, Africa, India, and Bahamas, and in Turks and Caicos. And here in America.
Okay.
I've been in and out of the hospital 5 times dealing with health issues, and I still sent $50K to Houston to help in any way I can because it's about being selfless.
Great. What?
I went as far as I could go to help the cause. I hope they do right by those funds and get it to the people. You're on the Forbes list. Is that all you're donating? Oh, okay. God bless. I guess he's alluding to the fact that The Rock allegedly donated $25,000 to Houston, which whenever these disasters happen and celebrities start these pissing contests over how much they're going to donate.
Go in each other's pockets.
People who have donated much, much more than that and don't say anything to anybody because it's not about getting credit for it. It's about helping people who need help. So you talking about you were in and out of the hospital, but you still managed to donate way more money than this nigga because you're selfless. Then why are you telling us about this?
Right.
Like, why are you even mentioning it? And what the fuck does any of this have to do with this nigga's movie?
Right.
I'm just, what?
It sounds like Tyrese is real scared that he might miss out on a check because they just refuse to push. I guess The Rock has some sort of scheduling conflict. He's doing his own movie and he can't film whenever they are doing this new one.
Basically, if they do this spinoff, it could push the date for the 9th Fast and the Furious movie back. And they've already announced the date for Fast 9. And so in another post, which I can't bother to read.
That's the one I saw. I didn't see these first two.
Okay, well then I'm going to do it.
That's the one I saw.
I have never.
We don't push it back.
And we'll never have a problem with a major movie star. He's my brother. I repeat. Bro, just being honest, I didn't like Baywatch. But I did rent out 2 full theaters and take a bunch of kids with my daughter from her private school to support Moana. He puts private school in hashtag.
Yeah.
So you want...
So y'all can know. Hashtag private school is where she goes, guys. What?
I'm simply trying to reach him because he won't call me back about this Solo Hobbs movie again in hashtag. So you don't... Like, you're shitting on this movie, but you keep hashtagging it. Like, doesn't that help the... Okay. I want you to shoot it, just not right now. Because the hashtag Fast 9 release date has already been announced, and we can't let our loyal fans hashtag Fast Family or our loyal Fast and Furious fans down on any level.
Are those not the same people?
Are those not... Wait, what's the... Okay.
You know Tyrese can barely read. You know that.
Didn't you see how huge Fast 8 was? It's because we announced and kept our release date, bro. Call me back, DJ.
That is...
I'm doing this only on behalf of our families so we can keep them all in private school. God bless you, brother. Literally 2 seconds ago, you said you were doing it for 2 fans that are the same thing. So which one is like...
And it sounds like The Rock's baby is going to be in private school regardless of whether y'all put this 9th movie out or not.
Nigga, at the end of the day, you realized that you couldn't go back to work as soon as you hoped or wanted to.
Right.
Because this nigga is going to do a movie that ain't got shit to do with you. Right. And you probably doubly pissed because your ass wasn't in nothing but number 2. You was in the franchise before he was, and it didn't get lit until he did. Like, you really think that The Rock out here who has kids of his own and these movie studios are like, you know what? Let's not make some more money because it really bothers Tyrese.
Right.
Girl, what?
And we already announced the date for Fast and Furious 9. Bitch, so?
They push movie dates back.
All the time.
All the time.
Who cares? I think he's giving Fast and the Furious way too much. Like, I know the people who stand for it love it, but they will live if the movie comes out 2 months later than originally planned or the next year even, whatever the fuck else. It is another movie about driving cars. What?
There are 9 of them.
It's not Ava DuVernay's A Wrinkle in Time. That needs to come out.
Hurry.
At the appointed motherfucking date and time. That is something that needs to come out on schedule.
You know what does need to be pushed back? Black Panther. They announced the date for that, and they need to be sturdy on that bitch.
There you go.
But if they were like, you know what? We got to push it back a month or so. I'm like, you know what? I want this bitch to be...
Lupita's doing some bad bitch thing, and so we got to push it back to accommodate her schedule. Like, okay. Just like I'm sure that when it comes to the Fast and the Furious, these producers are going to say, now do we accommodate Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's schedule, or do we accommodate Tyrese's schedule? Let me think about it. Like, it's not even an issue of accommodation because Tyrese is not going to be busy.
Thank you.
So,
I was just about to... I was raising my hand just so that I could get that out.
Like, but wait a second.
Tyrese's schedule is not on the table. Tyrese will be free.
You will be in the movie whenever they tell you to come be in the movie.
That's
They're working around this man, the moneymaker. He is the one. Like, you have to know that The Rock is the one who can make all the shots as far as this is concerned.
Who distributes Fast and the Furious?
So for you to be going on and on, like this, the whole Instagram thing is what drives me crazy. Like, I'm only doing this because he won't call or text me back. You don't have no fucking pride. You don't have no shame. You would just a grown man. You would rather be on the internet.
Universal Pictures.
Universal don't give a hot nut fuck about what Tyrese want to do.
Those white people were sitting 250 floors up when they got a message about this, and all they said in response was, "Oh, anyway." So let's get that
anyway,
ink on the dotted line.
Have we cast the love interest for Hobbs yet? Because we're focused on where the money is at. I mean, that's just the case. Any production studio, anybody is going to be more focused on the star than the people who are not the stars.
Furthermore,
you're just going to have to fall in line.
If it were like Vin Diesel, who was like, okay, nah, then that would be a little, I would feel differently about that. Because Tyrese, in my opinion, like I said, I'm not like, I don't consider myself part of the family. I know lots of hardcore Fast and Furious fans do.
Family.
And that's cool. It's like a thing.
I just really don't like calling family with people. I don't like that term for people who do not have a very close, real relationship with one another. And I just don't know if fans of a movie count as that. I just don't know. But if that's the way...
The Sopranos.
If y'all feel really just deeply about it, then fine. But I just feel like all the people who are emotionally invested in the Fast and the Furious will be fine if they push it back.
The only complaints I've been hearing about this have come from Tyrese Gibson.
There you go.
So I don't...
I haven't heard a peep out of anybody else.
I haven't heard from the family if
the
they're
hashtag Fast Family hasn't popped up anywhere in my mentions. Upset over this idea. So.
It seems like a lot of Fast and Furious fans are actually into the idea of seeing a movie that's just, I mean, either way they're going to see cars and shit blow up.
Right.
And I think that's what a lot of them like. If I'm wrong, you can go ahead and correct me. I don't give a shit either way. But Tyrese, all of this
is just, it needs not be the case.
Because you gonna show up in 2019 or whenever they start shooting Fast 9 and get to the fucking gate, and it's gonna be somebody with a badge on their chest who gonna tell you that you're not allowed on the premises.
Like, oh, this is actually not a valid pass for the lot.
They're gonna be like, you know what? You are so right, Tyrese. We're actually not going to push it. We will do the Hobbs movie after Fast 9. Thank you so much. It is about the family. And we can't wait to hear how you feel about it when it is in theaters. No.
Let us know.
We hope you are the first in line to get a glimpse of the film. And you can provide your opinions. But as far as your black ass being on camera, that's dead. That won't be taking place.
I bet The Rock is in like a group chat with all his equally famous, like leading Hollywood men just laughing at this nigga doing the most on Instagram. Like him and Kevin Hart are probably texting right now.
Absolutely.
Like, do you see this bullshit?
Absolutely.
This little nigga is online talking crazy. Some shit about private school. Like,
The Rock is in Equinox with a full treadmill in one hand and his phone in the other, just laughing.
I'll never get over that day I was in Columbus Circle walking down the street and I saw The Rock come out of Equinox. Oh my God, he is so
what
fine.
An experience.
Woo, he's fine. And he had a green smoothie too. God damn, of course he did. He's just gorgeous. Ugh. Okay, anyway, Tyrese is delusional.
Tyrese gives you plenty of time to work on that Baby White sequel that we ain't go watch.
Did you see what he posted on Instagram about sleeping on R&B with that homeless lady?
What?
He took a video of himself holding up a copy of his album talking about there's a bunch of people sleeping on R&B in front of a homeless woman. Like, nigga... She's not sleeping on R&B. She's sleeping because she does not have anywhere to go. What? I thought, honestly, at first I thought that was going to be what you talked about. Like, I know Tyrese is a dumbass, but you got...
I did not know anything about that.
A homeless woman talking about we got people sleeping on R&B?
Well, when you're renting out theaters for private school children... I don't think that you're thinking about
I didn't
poverty.
like the body. I didn't like Baywatch, but I did rent out 2 theaters of private schools,
For
kids
Moana.
to see Moana. Like,
Nigga, you want either one of them.
do I
You
owe
don't
you
care?
something? Oh, insane. Tyrese
What are you
is just
doing?
log off. Delete your Instagram. We ran him off Twitter, and I think it's time to run him off Instagram.
Please.
It just don't need to be on social.
Another a celebrity we should pray for is Bobby Brown. Bobby Brown, during a recent interview, alleges that he taught Michael Jackson how to moonwalk.
Bobby.
He told a story that was very... Here's the thing. It sounds like a story that a toddler would have told. Like, there's nothing... Actually, I was the one that taught Michael how to do the moonwalk. We was all just dancing. We was popping. He was watching us pop. And he saw me do the moonwalk. And he was just like, what is that? And I did it again. He just watched it. And he just started doing it. The moonwalk was one of my signature moves, he said. I brought it up from down south.
You know what this sounds like when your uncles all get together and start bullshitting about high school?
Literally saying
nah,
the same
nigga,
thing
because I had
today.
more past completions junior and senior year than all the rest of you niggas. Y'all can't talk. That's exactly what it sounds like. People exaggerating and lying. Old niggas.
I was going to say, this sounds exactly like your old ass uncle that'd be like, back in 74, me and James Brown and a whole bunch of white bitches, and we was just doing everything you name it, and I put him on. Like, that just sounds like...
Yep. In Tulsa, it's the Gap Band. Everybody be like, back then, we used to practice with the Gap Band.
Right.
I used to go hang out with them niggas, and I lent such and such some guitar strings, and that nigga wouldn't be nothing without me today. Some shit like that. But okay. Bobby claiming the moonwalk.
Like, first of all, it's...
Not 30 years later.
It is common knowledge that Jeffrey Daniel, I believe, taught Michael Jackson how to do the fucking moonwalk. His family has talked about this. Like, it's not... Michael Jackson first did the moonwalk in, 1983.
Something crazy. It was so long ago. I'm like,
so
wait,
you mean
Bobby,
to tell me that whole ass time you taught him how to do it, and then one of y'all niggas mentioned it until after he died?
You never said anything all this time, Bobby Brown. You never once, while Michael was alive, publicly claimed this. Never. You only said this now that he's long gone.
A game-changing dance move.
It don't smell right, Bobby.
Iconic performer.
It don't smell right, Bobby.
What?
It don't.
Bobby. Bobby.
Come on now.
I want to feel, Bobby's going through a lot. He's suing TV1 over that Bobby Christina movie.
I mean, probably should.
And, fine.
His baby is there. That's a lot. That's crazy. Whitney's gone.
This is odd.
But yes.
This is very strange. And it's like... The people that are alive know differently and can't. I don't even feel like Michael's family would even say anything about it because don't nobody even believe him.
Right. We're not even going to respond to this because it's still there go Bobby Brown.
Everybody's like, okay, Bobby, sure.
Sure, Bobby. Sure. What else?
Maybe the fucking ghost that you slept with implanted, these memories, these false memories in your mind. Remember when he said that he fucked a ghost?
Oh, God. Yes, I do. What was that? Barbara Walters or somebody? He didn't enter Diane Sawyer. He told that white woman he fucked a ghost. No, something is wrong with Bobby Brown.
You know who I would have told that? The only person I would have had a conversation with about that if I feel like that happened to me. Christ, the Redeemer and King. Like, that's it.
You have to go to him in prayer. Be like, Lord, I don't know what happened. But I woke up and things were not right.
They just
I need you to come into my heart. Something is wrong.
Very paranormal activity going on tonight. Well, pray for Bobby, pray for Tyrese, pray for Brandy.
Why are we praying for Tyrese? That he'll get enough self-respect to log off and stop embarrassing himself like this? Because this is insane.
At the end, and because his feelings are hurt. Because he cares about the Fast family.
And the fans of the Fast and Furious, not the same thing.
Meanwhile, the Fast family is like, nigga, we don't even care about you being in the movie.
Meanwhile, the Fast family is like, so there's a Hobbs movie? Tell me more.
Right. Like, wait, what? The Fast family on Tyrese's page, like, nigga, a Hobbs? Oh, shit. Like,
especially the girls.
Score! Right. Like, they're hype as fuck.
The girls and the gays niggas are like, wait, so all them extra unnecessary niggas are gone and we'll just get the fine one? When does this come out?
Please? More? You mean I can see a Fast and Furious movie without Ludacris attempting to act? Like, sign me up. Thanks a bunch. Well, that's it this week for fantastic tops and where to find them. We are going to take a break and we'll be right back. Today's episode of The Read is being brought to you by ZipRecruiter. Finding great talent can be tough. You never know where the right place is to find the best candidates for your business if you're out there looking to hire some great people. Thankfully, with ZipRecruiter, you can post your job to 100 plus job sites with just one click. Then their powerful technology efficiently matches the right people to your job better than anyone else. That's why ZipRecruiter is different. Unlike other job sites, ZipRecruiter does not depend on candidates finding you. It just finds them. No juggling emails or calls to your office. Simply screen, rate, and manage candidates all in one place with ZipRecruiter's easy-to-use dashboard. So it's almost like The Sims business, but like you don't get to kill anybody.
Yes. Find out why ZipRecruiter has been used by businesses of all sizes to find the most qualified job candidates with immediate results. Right now, our listeners can post jobs on ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/theread. That is ZipRecruiter.com/theread. One more time to try it for free. Let them know we sent you, and let's move on.
Support for this week's episode is also coming from Stamps.com. We've told you can skip the hassle of going to the post office and having to roll your eyes 365 times and cuss everybody out because being at the post office just sucks. From postcards to envelopes, packages, domestic and international, Stamps.com lets you buy and print official U.S. postage for any letter, package, any class of mail using your own computer and printer. You just click, print, mail, and you're done. All the stress and worry right off your back. And unlike the post office, Stamps.com never closes. It's 24/7 convenience, and they'll send you a digital scale that automatically calculates exact postage and helps you decide the best class of mail based on your needs. You even get discounts you can never get at the raggedy post office. Stamps.com brings all the services of U.S. Postal Service right to your fingertips.
Yep, I ordered a couple extra copies of Lemonade on vinyl for my friends for their birthdays, and once they came, all I had to do was go to Stamps.com and print out that postage and ship it right from there. I did not have to go to the post office and deal with all that. You too can enjoy the Stamps.com service with a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus postage and a digital scale without long-term commitments. Just go to Stamps.com, click on the mic at the top of the page, and type in READ. That's Stamps.com with offer code READ. Never go to the post office again with Stamps and the Read. And let's get back to the show.
All right, we're back. It's time for listener letters.
It is. Send your questions to asktheread@gmail.com. We may just read them aloud on the show. The subject line in this one says, "Men are trash. Kid Fury is always right." So I'm not even going to click it. I just feel like they wanted to get that out.
Like, I think they're so mad about it too, but you could just do better.
I mean, and the problem is that it's like every week. Oh, here we go. "Hey, Kid Fury and Crystal. You can call me Roxy."
Break up with him.
Well, can we get there?
Sure, go ahead. I feel it.
Like every other single New Yorker, I swipe on Tinder from time to time when I'm bored. I typically swipe left until I run across a man of color. And the other day, while I was swiping, I paused on a man who looked familiar. After taking a closer look at his profile, I realized he was my cousin's live-in boyfriend of multiple years. Now, if this was one of my super close cousins, I would have called him immediately to tell on that nigga, but me and this cousin have never had a close relationship. In fact, we have none at all. I haven't talked to her in months, and we live in the same city, and I'm pretty sure she dislikes me from things that have happened in the past. No details there, Roxy. But
Cryptic.
So I don't know if I should tell her or not. I don't want to seem petty or full of drama. Maybe he forgot to delete his profile once they got together. But at the end of the day, she's family and I'd hate for her to be getting played. I think they're close to engagement. What should I do? Love you guys dearly, Roxy.
Roxy heart. Okay, so if I were in your position, I wouldn't say shit.
I would. Well, I take that back.
If I haven't spoken to you in months, I think you don't like me. We have no relationship.
It depends on why we haven't spoken in months. If I did you wrong, which it kind of sounds like Roxy did this cousin wrong, that's just what I'm getting from this email.
She did not elaborate.
She didn't elaborate on why they fell out. I get the feeling you played your cousin to the left in some way. And if you are genuinely concerned about this, I would just take a screenshot, email it to her and be like, look, I know you don't fuck with me for your reasons, and that's fine. I just saw this on Tinder and I wanted to give you the heads up. Do with it what you want. And let that be that.
I think that either way here, you're fine. I think, like I said, if I just don't have a relationship with you at all, I don't know how I would just come out the blue and be like, your nigga might be cheating on you. Well, be blessed.
I mean, there's no real easy way to say it.
There isn't, especially if it's just super random. I don't know. If you do, I think that, kudos to you for putting yourself in a position of vulnerability and trying to do the right thing there. And like you said, you could be misunderstanding things. It may be that he didn't delete his profile, or maybe they're into some freaky shit that you don't know about because you don't talk to her. I don't know.
True.
But either way, I feel like if you mind your business, you shouldn't feel bad. If you do decide to step in, you shouldn't feel bad. Either way, I think it's fine.
I wonder
I just know
how...
I wouldn't say shit, but I think that's fair too.
I don't use Tinder, and I don't know. Is this the sort of thing where you get like notifications all the time and you would know that you hadn't deleted your profile yet? Or is it really possible that for months and months you have had, like, to the point, she said they're close to engagement. Is it really possible that you've had an active Tinder profile for that long?
I don't know, but
See,
if you delete the app but not your account, does your account still show up? Because what if he deleted the app? What if he doesn't even have an app on his phone, but he still has an account?
That don't make sense because you can't access the account anywhere else, right? They don't have like a website that you can log into. I don't think so.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, would you have to deactivate your account before you delete the app for it to not show up anymore?
Oh, I see what you mean. Maybe they would just show you as like not online or whatever forever.
I don't know how any of that stuff works.
Yeah,
but. I get it. I understand and I appreciate that you don't want your cousin to be played. And you could do like Crystal said and make it real subtle and be like, hey, girl, yeah, I'm still alive. I know you probably wish it were otherwise, but I'm joking. I hope it's not that deep. But like,
well, I mean, you said y'all don't have no relationship. You haven't talked in months. So it's just like, I mean, I don't keep in touch with people like every day, but I don't have no beef with none of my family either.
You specifically said that she don't like you, or you think she
right,
don't like you.
Right.
And I think you know she don't like you. So,
right.
Yeah, you could just come up and be like, hey, girl, so I don't even know what this is, but I just wanted to, let it pass you. But if it's something that she knows about, or it's not what you think it is, then that might make her not like your ass even more.
Right. Well, good luck to you, whatever you decide to choose, because it sounds like it's probably going to be messy either way. Yeah. She's going to find out, if he's cheating on her at one point.
Yeah, but if she finds out that he's cheating on her and you didn't have anything to do with that, then you're in the clear.
I mean, right. It's not like she can, but if she like go through her man Tinder and sees that he matched with her cousin, that's something else.
Did she hit that she had a match?
Well, the subject line said, I matched with my cousin's boyfriend on Tinder. So I guess she just swipes, no, I don't like you, until she sees a person of color. And then she's like, okay, yes, I do like you. I don't know how that works. Because I don't do that. The few times I've been on these apps, I'm like, wow, everybody's ugly. Why am I on this? Delete. So
I use Drea, which is like...
Of course you did.
Yeah.
Of course you did.
I did.
So how many super famous niggas did you go out with on Rhea?
I didn't go out with anybody super famous on Rhea, but I did see some people on there. I'm like, oh, hey, girl. All right. Well, I ain't nobody. So let me just be... But
look at you.
Most of the people on there are like...
Rhea's different. That's different.
It reminds me of Tinder, I guess. I've never used Tinder, but it's like the same sort of like...
I mean, it's just Tinder for celebrities.
Is you don't like this nigga, and this side is you do like the nigga. And I'm just like, okay. Well, most of them are just like, they all look like white boys that model for Hollister, and that's not...
I'm just not built for the app life. Lord knows.
I have, I did match with a couple of edgy looking white boys that look like they
edgy white boys
listen to Wu-Tang or like 2 Live Crew or something.
Like for real? Or they have it on vinyl?
Vinyl.
Right.
All right, whatever. Okay, but the point is, I don't really know how the app works. I don't know how the app works. So this could be a huge misunderstanding, or he could be cheating on her. Just, do a do's or pros and cons of the situation and find out what you think.
Think about how rational your cousin really is.
That also.
But then also consider that you are the messenger. And if she hates you, she might just automatically be like, hey, Nas, bitch, whatever, ho. You just want to break me and my man up. You see me happy.
Right. So. She could be one of those petty people who her nigga is cheating on her. She's just going to be mad at you.
True. And it's a lot of people like that.
Bunch.
Weigh it out, girl. Good luck to you. Our next question comes from Melissa, who says, I am crushing so hard on someone and I'm not sure what I should do.
Oh, God, I'm so sorry.
I was recently in Atlanta for Black Gay Pride. Oh, what a glorious weekend that is. Oh, don't do that. That Sunday in Piedmont is life. It's life. What?
Oh, my goodness.
You haven't lived until you've seen niggas in Fenty Beauty and Trophy Wife and short shorts and like fishnets and heels.
Just stomping.
Doing choreographed routines in the park and marching. Like, it's actually life.
Like, all of that is the only thing that be getting me about Pride is that they love fighting. Like, they always be out there fighting.
And I love a good fight.
I love to watch it, but I don't know why at Pride it just gets on my nerves.
I mean, because it's like, y'all, this is our time to like come together and all fag
and
out
be
together.
Proud.
Right? Why do we have to fight right now? But Dykes love to fight during Pride. Oh, yes.
I have seen like maybe 1 or 2 fights this week.
I love to watch lesbians fight.
That's different.
It's my absolute favorite.
That's way different.
Oh, so anyway, back to Melissa.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, Melissa said she was in Atlanta for Pride and she ran into one of her favorite authors. I want to say that before I even realized who she was, I thought she was very beautiful. And when she said her name, it clicked. I responded by totally fangirling. Oh, Lord. And as the night went on, I found myself crushing harder and harder. Not only does she write amazing books, but she's super down to earth, funny, and a total geek, which I am too. The next day, I told my friend that I think I want to try to talk to her, but my friend told me it's a horrible idea because I acted too much like a stan the night before. When I thought about it, I realized my friend was right. I did ask a million questions about her books and characters all night long. The problem is that I can't stop thinking about her. I added her on Facebook, and even her posts are funny, and she just makes me want to get to know her even more. Oh, God, this is adorable. I really want to know the person behind the books. I want to know her, but I wonder if she will even give me the time of day. Being celebrities yourselves.
What the balls?
Would you ever consider dating someone you know is a big fan of yours? If they approached you in the correct way, would you give them a chance, or would you automatically write them off as fans and not dating material? Thanks, Melissa.
I want to know her.
Right?
What a gay.
I added her on Facebook, and her posts, they just make me want to know the woman behind all the magic and the glitz. That is adorable.
You know that bitch can write. Like, oh,
whoever she is,
just poetic.
She has done it for you, man. You are bewitched.
Shoot your shot.
You think so?
Yes. Here's the thing. I will say I am no celebrity. Girl, calm your blanket.
Yeah, no, you lied with that celebrity thing.
You have to, like, not everybody.
Think about it.
A lot of people are very shy or don't know how to approach others regardless of whether or not they're famous or how many followers they have or what kind of job they have and stuff like that. If you met her and y'all, had an interesting exchange or whatever, maybe she thought you were a hottie, and didn't know how to say anything or whatever. Like, go ahead and the worst she could say to you is like, oh, I'm not interested.
That's true.
Oh, I'm taken. And yes, that blows, but like, you'll survive. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
You'll be fine.
The worst thing in the world is not to be curved. And if she's a lesbian, she'll probably do it in a really polite way.
Absolutely.
Give you a parting gift.
Right.
Try to ease your pain.
No, but here's a free copy of my last.
No, but I will sign your book.
Yeah.
I will say that if you acted like a fan if it was me, I would have automatically sorted you into the I'm never going to date you pile.
Probably.
No shade.
Yeah.
It's just very weird to try to get to know somebody who already knows so much about you, and people don't understand how awkward that is.
Yep. But then I've had some people act like they don't know who I am.
That's even worse.
And then like way into it, they're like, okay, so I do know about this, that, and I've listened to your show for years.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, so
then
you a fan and a liar.
So then why did we go through all this? My nigga, why 2 weeks ago was I don't even remember where I was. And this nigga, it's like we're out with a bunch of friends and we start having a conversation, regular conversation, in like 2 hours pass. And then he says, so what is it that you do? And I said, oh, I work in podcasting, working on some different shows. And he was like, oh, really? What's the name of the show you're on? And I played it off like, oh, ha, some different ones, like not trying to do all that. And then he was like, yeah, well, I've heard your show before. It's really good. This is this. And I'm like, so you really sat here for 2 hours and fronted like you didn't know who I was, asked me all these questions. I'm thinking we're having like a regular human interaction. And then it was like you couldn't hold out no more. Like you just had to be like, no, I know who you are.
Right.
Like, why? This is weird. That's a weird way to interact with people.
The thing is, like, when you are dating someone or trying to get to know somebody like that, that's your personal life. So if you're trying to come to somebody at that, on that level, keep in mind that you're coming to them on some personal shit.
Right.
And so if you work at a bank, let's say you're Tasha, and we are on a date, I'm Lawrence because I hate myself right now.
Right. Okay.
That would be like me saying to you, so, let's talk about deposits and how long have you worked at Chase and what's their motto? And, like if I'm not going to continuously talk to you about your job when we're out because you left that bitch and you're probably happy to have free time. Not to say that we don't enjoy what we do and have a great time.
Right.
But if I'm in a situation with you that is personal again, then my professional life can sit on the back burner. Now, that doesn't mean you don't act like, or you act like you don't know who the fuck I am. It's just like, oh yeah, I listened to your show and it's dope. That could just be.
It's that simple though. Like that's literally all you have to do. It doesn't have to be. I think people think, oh, I'll sound cooler if I play like I don't know who you are. But then y'all always fuck it up by revealing that you actually do. So it makes you look like not a liar, but just deceptive in a really weird way.
Yeah.
But you didn't do this. You were just a fan. You just fanned out all night long, which is a lot more transparent. She probably like really appreciates that, but it's uncomfortable dating somebody and you're asking all these questions and they already know so much about you. And it's like they have the idea of the person that they want to date in their head. Like, oh, I've heard of you. You do this. So I'm going to date this person, And it's like, you don't really realize that I'm like a whole nigga behind what you see on the outside. Like I have depth and layers to my personality and a bitch contains multitude. I'm complicated as fuck and you don't get any of that. You just see, Crystal or whoever your lesbian writer is in Atlanta. So she probably, I don't know.
I say that you could just go ahead.
There's no harm in trying. There's no harm. And she may have been totally taken with you and might not be a bitch like me at all and might have been like, oh, wow, that fan was so great. And I wish she would have asked for my number because I would love to rub vaginas or something. Who knows?
You don't need to like try to woo this chick. Or just strike up a conversation. Hey, it's me. I was wondering if you, like approach her just the way that you, real casual. Maybe let's hang out. Let's get coffee or let's go get drinks or something like that. Just ask a normal question. Approach the way that you might approach somebody else.
Right.
And when you do hang out, assuming that you do, it's just a regular conversation. Don't talk about all of the reasons that you stand for this person because that is just going to be strange.
Yes, I will say that if she actually is like, yeah, let's meet up and have coffee or whatever, then just try your best to treat her like a regular person with a regular job and not like, oh, you're everything. And in chapter 3, paragraph 8 of your 3rd book, I just really thought the way you wrote that character was amazing. Like, just try to chill, and just get to know her like you would anybody else and see where things go.
I don't have a problem dating a fan, whatever the hell that is, but I would just prefer it to be somebody who's like, oh yeah, I appreciate what you do, and that's that. Mm-hmm. Or even better, I don't know nothing. I've never heard of podcast. What's a podcast?
Yeah.
Like that works.
I prefer to date people who have no idea who I am or what I do.
I would prefer that
as well. I very much prefer that. I would not.
But then there's the anxiety of being like, oh, so this is what I do. I'm like a loud, weird gay bitch once a week.
Yes. Right. No, actually, same. Right.
So,
right.
You have to break it down for them and have them experience your madness.
They'd be like, so that's your job?
Yeah.
You have a podcast and you just yell at white people? Really? Mm. What's it called again? I'm going to listen to it. And then you're like, no. Okay. You don't have to do that.
Please don't.
Well, good luck to you, lesbians. I feel like y'all will find a way to make it work.
Yeah, you've got the key to everything.
It's going to happen. Our last question comes from Jarelli, who says, I heard your episode with Shea Coulee, and I loved his spooky haunted stories. I was wondering whether y'all have had any spooky experiences like that. If so, could you share the one that scared you the most? If not, have you ever heard a really scary, true ghost story from a friend or family member that you just loved or hated because it was so terrifying? Please share. Sinceramente? Sorry, Jarelia. I'm assuming that's Spanish. I probably messed that up. So.
I don't know that I've ever experienced anything.
Not like what Shea Coulee was talking about, like hearing little white bitches while you in the tub and shit would have died.
That has never happened to me. I've never been... Whenever I would go to Jamaica in the summer when I was younger, my uncles would always tell me all kinds of stories about haunted houses and places and areas all over Jamaica. And they would tell me about... They would tell me the Candyman would come and get me if I was awake past midnight, and Bloody Mary. And
we know about Bloody Mary.
But nothing that... Like, the weirdest thing that ever happened to me was one time I got... You know that... I don't know if you would call it a sensation or what, but you know, like when you're asleep or when your body's asleep but your mind is awake and you're like completely aware of your surroundings but you can't move?
Yes.
That happened to me once.
I do now.
You don't?
No, I do. I feel like that same thing happened to me once I was asleep, but I was not really asleep in the student union all day in somebody's office. Like, I don't remember whose office I was in, but I all day long, I kept hearing different conversations like in my subconscious or whatever, and I could remember everything that was said. So maybe that's the same thing?
I fell asleep in school and I could hear everybody around me. The teacher was playing a film, so I could hear the film. I called to the girl who was sitting in front of me because I could not move my body. But I remember, I guess I spoke because I tried to call to the girl in front of me. And I remember hearing her say, what? And I was like, push me, like, shake me, wake me up. And she was like, what, girl? Like,
nigga, what? Wake yourself up.
Her business. And then it got really weird.
No, she was like, nah.
Like, because what the fuck are you talking about, sir? I would have done the same. I would have been like, okay, no.
I can't get over her being like, I can tell you're in distress, but I'm going to turn back around.
She's like, nah. And then, like, I just saw fire. What? And, like, this hole cracked it up in, like, in the ceiling. Oh, no. And it basically just looked like there were things coming out dragging me to hell. And then I snapped awake, like, right before I went through
shit.
I excused myself and I prayed.
In the nurse's office?
In the bathroom. That happened to me more than once, actually.
Oh, man. That's like...
So I was just like, okay, obviously I'm living my life incorrectly and I'm going to hell and God is trying to let me know. It hasn't happened.
No, I don't think that's it. I don't know what you were going through.
Maybe it was my biggest fear, and that was just like the nightmare I had.
Damn, but
they
it was
say
like...
that's like... Some people say that the devil's sitting on your chest. That's what
that feels that like. Feeling, yeah.
So maybe it really is. Maybe that really is the devil.
I mean, hell, it could be. You know, I don't put a whole lot past all that.
I don't know shit.
I really don't. But Mama didn't never play around with ghost stories and things of that nature. It was always like, God ain't nowhere in none of that.
Yeah.
And we don't do that. So it wasn't like, we're not telling ghost stories. We're going to tell Bible stories around the campfire.
Those were those moments where I would wake up in the middle of the night And my mom would just be sitting at the edge of the bed in deep prayer. Like, right, that has happened to me more than once. And I'll always jump like, what are you doing?
Looking out for you, nigga. That's what I'm doing. All right, that wraps up the questions this week. Send yours to asktheread@gmail.com, and we'll be back.
Thanks again to Talkspace for supporting today's episode of The Read. It's time to start taking better care of ourselves and our minds, our mental health, and all things surrounding. Talkspace is the online therapy company making it easy to connect with an experienced and licensed therapist that you pick based on your preferences for a fraction of the price of traditional therapy. That's right. You can send your therapist texts, audio, and video messages, or even do a live video chat. Talkspace therapists are fully licensed. They have at least a master's and go through a rigorous screening process in addition to over 3,000 hours of supervised professional training. So you know that you're not just getting someone who, does VH1 pilots.
Right. It's not just any old random damn body. These are licensed professional therapists. I love mine. I've been talking to her for a few months now, and she has helped me get through a lot of shit. To match with your perfect therapist, go to Talkspace.com/read. And there's a special offner for
offner a lot.
A special offner just for you guys. You can use coupon code READ to get $30 off your first month and show your support for the show. That's code READ at Talkspace.com/theread. Talkspace, it's therapy for how we live today. Give them a try and let's move on.
Whatever your next idea might be, you can count on our sponsors over at Squarespace to help you create an eye-catching online platform that brings it to life, whether you need a portfolio to showcase your work or your cheekbones or thighs, or a store to sell your products, maybe some, jelly slippers or whatever it is that you got out here for the streets. Squarespace can give you everything you need to make your slice of the internet look like an expert place right from the start. Plus, with Squarespace award-winning templates, creating that beautiful website is a simple and intuitive process. You can add and arrange your content and features with a click of a mouse. And there's nothing to install, patch, or upgrade ever. We use Squarespace ourselves for our website, thisistheread.com, as well as our individual websites, crystals.com and thekidfury.com.
It's just Crystal, bro.
Oh, crystal.com. Whoever that girl is, we'll get to that. I'm just telling you, I hate coding. It's the worst. It's
True.
I just can't stand it. Shout out to y'all who can do it. Squarespace makes it really, really easy.
Yes, coding and all that numbers and all that shit is hard, and I can't be bothered with it. And if you are the exact same way, then go ahead and join the winning team over at Squarespace. Start your free trial at squarespace.com today. Enter offer code READ to get 10% off your first purchase. Again, that's code READ at squarespace.com. Build something beautiful. Show it to us, and let's wrap up the show.
So we're back, and it is time for the read.
It is time for the reads. Do you want me to go first, or do you want to go first?
I'll go first.
Okie dokie pokey.
So there's this white guy on YouTube named PewdiePie, and he is known for his gaming videos, Let's Plays, and also for being the most followed person on YouTube, apparently. I think it's somewhere around 11 million subscribers or something ridiculous. So he's been a millionaire for a while because of all of this YouTube success and so on. Earlier this year, he got into trouble for making some anti-Semitic remarks. I guess he really, really loves Nazi jokes, and lost a deal with Maker Studios, which is owned by Disney, as well as a pilot or a series that he had on YouTube Red.
Well,
I think since then he was able to get something going with Twitch, like some sort of deal or partnership, or I don't know if it's just a regular ass page, but recently he was streaming the video game PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, which is consistently the most streamed game on Twitch. I'm sure if I go to Twitch right now, it's the #1 fucking shit on there.
I've never heard of it.
I mean, I don't even know if it's officially out or if it's still in beta, but there are 105,564 people viewing the game right now on Twitch. on several different channels. It's all like, I hear about this game all of the fucking time. It's a really popular game, essentially kind of like playing the Hunger Games.
Okay.
With like 100 other live people from across the world.
I can't do that. I just do the challenges on Rayman Legends. That's what I've been doing lately.
Rayman Legends is 10 out of 10.
It's so fun.
It is really great.
No, I just have been playing all day.
So during one of his recent streams, PewdiePie got frustrated with someone who I guess he could not shoot or get to. Something was going on for him that he wasn't feeling. And he decided to yell out, fucking nigger.
Yeah.
Like right live in front of everybody. Like after he apologized twice about these Nazi remarks. First he was like, hey bro, super, super sorry that I'm a dickhead or whatever. I guess I should apologize since people want to take my money from me. And then Charlottesville happened. And he released like another video saying, this one was way more like, had more depth to it. Like, I don't want to give actual Nazis, a feeling of justice, blah, blah, blah. I don't, please. Which made me feel like, okay, why are you saying this now? Like, you apologized for, shouldn't you have felt this way the first time you said sorry? Like, what happened between your first apology and this one? Why you feel like now you're sort of seeing what people are saying and you don't want to empower racists and Nazis and white supremacists and all of this shit. Then what the fuck were you talking about the first time you apologized? Whatever.
Right.
So after his ridiculousness on this live stream, of course, he got plenty of flack from viewers, gamers, just regular people with a heart that's not frigid. And one of the co-founders of a game development company called Campo Santo, they created a game from, I want to say last year, called Firewatch. They made sure to get content from their Firewatch game pulled off of PewdiePie's YouTube account. And the guy, Sean Vanneman, also said that he would be reaching out to other developers, bigger developers, and urging them to do the same.
Lord.
All right, so I think that just about summarizes what happened.
Yeah.
And now I can say how I feel. So first things first, obviously, fuck PewdiePie. Like, I love games. Anybody who knows me knows that I'm a gamer. Mm-hmm. I've never found his sense of humor something that I would be attracted to. I don't care for him. Like, I could not give a fuck about PewdiePie if I got paid for it. So that's that. Obviously, he issued another apology since then and was whining and talking about he can't keep fucking up like this and he should know better and blah, blah, blah.
Oh, girl.
Which obviously would not have happened if he wasn't losing money in sponsorships. And now people are talking about pulling your residual income off.
And now all of a sudden you got some shit to say.
Now, I can't keep. That motherfucker said fucking nigger. Like, not even like one of these other dizzy ass white people who are like, well, Kanye says it. Or like, well, you guys said I was saying it the nice way. Like, you said it with a hard R at the end.
Oh, yay.
And you said it because you were frustrated because you could not win or get a point or shoot the bitch or get a headshot, whatever. I watched the thing, but I don't know exactly what the other player did to piss him off.
It don't matter.
You meant it in a horrible and offensive way. And then we're trying, like, I didn't mean it like, whatever. Like paid it. So if you, the most followed bitch on YouTube, playing the most streamed, one of the most popular games out right now. You know what your visibility is. And you've ever so comfortably said nigga that way. What the fuck do you say when you're not streaming? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you say when you're just playing with people online and not for work?
Right.
So obviously he's a dickhead and he deserves to lose sponsorships. He deserves to lose deals. He deserves to lose, content. He shouldn't be given free content or whatever, and he still will because he's white and super famous and already influential and stuff. So fuck him. I feel like more than him, though, my issue is with all of these dickheads defending him and his, you know, right to freedom of speech and all of that other shit. Like, yes, you have the right to say whatever the fuck you want to in this country, depending on if you have white skin and aren't, you know,
well,
you know, you're cisgendered. Is it cis?
You got it.
I always said cis.
Oh, it's cis? I don't think it matters. Cis or cis.
You know what the fuck I'm talking about. Like, if you are a certain group of whites, then sure you can say whatever you want to. But should you just allowed to be saying damaging, horrible, evil, hurtful things about people? No, you probably shouldn't. Like, you shouldn't. Especially when those things don't do anything but add, like, justification and, like, credence to all of these structures in society that fuck us over and literally take our lives all of the time. Like, you are the most popular bitch on one of the biggest social media websites on the internet. Your influence is like unmatched. It's crazy. So yeah, you have to be responsible for the fucking things that you say. But if you do feel like, you know what, I feel like I should be able to say whatever the fuck I want. If you can't take a joke, whether it's about Nazis or niggers or whatever the fuck else, then that's your problem. But people should also then be able to say, well, guess what? Fuck you. We ain't gonna give you no more motherfucking money. Done. Because we don't support dickheads. We don't support bigots. We don't support assholes over on this side of things. So for y'all chasing down this man, Sean Vanneman from Campo Santo, because he said that he was gonna have his videos and stuff taken down. You talking about he's impeding on this man's freedom of speech? He literally,
no, he's not.
They literally have the right to have those videos removed. Past what the fuck you talking about? Like, you're already, as a streamer or as a Let's Play person on these websites, you are technically infringing on copyright laws because
because of the game. They're not your content.
Properties that don't belong to you. Like, these people still own these properties. It just so happens that in the gaming industry, there's kind of, like, I guess I could call it a code of silence. I don't know. But, like, most of these people just don't say anything for two reasons. A, it's to build, like, a relationship and, like, a trust with the consumers. You know what I'm saying? And also because it's free fucking promotion. Most people who are gamers want to see games in action, and that helps us decide whether or not we'll go out and buy it. So in most cases, it's not hurting a lot of these companies for players to stream games and stuff.
Especially
like that.
The most followed nigga on YouTube.
Thank you. So, and past that, there are companies like Nintendo, for instance, that are very specific about what you can show and what you can't, especially on places like YouTube and stuff like that. You have the PlayStation 4, where in some games you'll see a little notification that comes up that says recording has been paused or whatever because you're entering a section. Like, they can make it so that parts of the game you can't stream or you can't record it unless you have a specific device, because they can control what people see and what not, because it's their fucking property. So you don't even know what you're talking about. So
now it makes sense, because all my games say feel free to take as many pictures as you want to and share these everywhere, but all my games are for kids. So they're not trying to hide
usually
nothing.
That's like games that have like a really they're like really story driven, maybe.
Oh yeah.
So they'll do it in parts so you can't like spoil it for people who don't have the game.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
Right. Although there are still things you can go down to like Best Buy and do to get around that. But the point is, past the fact that why would I want for my games to be affiliated with a racist dickhead? It is intelligent, it's very smart, it's very considerate for people like this guy to want to distance himself from somebody who would so freely say nigger, because speaking as somebody who is black and plays hella video games, I love Insecure so much. I can tell you, I'd love to play a game like PlayerUnknown's. They call it PUBG. I'd love to play that. I'd love to play a Destiny. I'd love to play like The Division or lots of these games. Like, multiplayer online games are so popular and make so much money. People literally travel the world and do tournaments and play and stuff like that. Like, there are a lot of games that are surrounded by the multiplayer component only.
Okay.
And a lot of them I've wanted to play and I won't because I don't want to go on the internet and have some random ass white person from wherever the fuck in the world call me a fucking nigger because I beat him.
Right.
And that will happen to you on the reg. Ask the amount of black gamers or gay gamers how much hate. It's getting better. Don't get me wrong. It's getting better. And there are websites, I think like even Twitch, that have put little features in place to kind of reduce that. But for the most part, a lot of these gaming nerds are horrible. And they say that type of shit all of the time. And so these developers won't get none of my fucking coins for their games if it's all about, you know, a multiplayer feature, because I don't want to play on the internet and have people attack me because of it. I play games for fun, to have a good time. It's not fun or a good time for somebody to call me a nigger or a faggot because they lost or they don't like the way that I play. And that's so regular that I just don't even participate in that shit at all. So PewDiePie's freedom of speech should not take the place of just goodness or just being, you know, like just a decent person.
Right. Just some like, moral decency is all we're asking.
You shouldn't be allowed to go on the internet and attack people. If you can't play a game, lose a point, whatever, without calling somebody a derogatory ass name, a slur, and flaming them like that, then you should just do single player shit like I do. Because you need a level of maturity that should, I don't.
Right. It defies all logic that people really act like this.
So, I mean, fuck PewDiePie. I'm not losing anything by him being canceled because he wasn't ever on air for me. But as far as the rest of these people who really feel like they can, I don't understand. Like, you hate black people that much that you would, like, explicitly and with fire and flames be ready to go. Like, I saw Negroes defending this bitch. Like, well, he should just, I mean, that's just the nature of the game. And you just have to build.
We call each other that all the time, Kid Fury.
Like, what? Oh, you really make it hard for a lot of people. Like, it's bad enough that so many developers won't give a fuck about this at all and will still give him free games. They'll still give him money to review their shit. They'll still fly him out to their studios to play games that many of us want to play years before the shit come out. He'll still get to do all of that stuff because so many of these development companies and these production places are nothing but white male faces. And that has a lot to do with just the lack of color and gender diversity in tech. Period. I would like not too long ago I had to read about the Injustice game and how I felt like the black characters in it didn't really get represented as well as they could have. And then I looked at the NetherRealm team and I'm like, well, there you go. Like, because it doesn't look like there is anybody sitting in these rooms that would give a fuck about any of that. So it sucks when you see games and you see all of this fun shit that people are doing online and for all of this software. And I'd love to be a part of it too. I'd love to be able to try this stuff out, but I don't allow myself to because I know that dickheads like this one will make it hard for me to have fun. And the fact that you have so much influence and can so easily get away with like shit that really sucks for like those of us that just want to have a good time is annoying as fuck. And I think it speaks to a bigger problem in the entire industry of gaming. And I hope that more people will take it seriously.
Right.
And just, fight for the right thing. Nobody's saying that you need to be out here marching, but you could just like not call people horrible names online.
Right. And then not be like, oh, well, I was just mad. So when you get mad, you just call people niggers? What? That's not a rational response to being angry.
Do you know how many people I've been angry with and even cussed out and managed to not call them like a horrible
racial slur? It's actually really easy when you're not racist.
It's super easy. It only seems like racist people have this trouble. Like, but yet
it's so easy.
Yeah, you're not racist. I don't get it at all. But fuck PewDiePie. If you feel like, defending him makes sense, fuck you too. And I'm going to stick to playing shit offline. And, because I pay my taxes and video game, this lifestyle ain't cheap. Like, these systems ain't cheap. The games ain't cheap. The controllers ain't cheap. Like, and they always have something that comes out literally every week that looks like it would be a blast to play. So I'm not going to be investing all of this fucking money into these games to have white people cuss me out because they know that I can't jump through my fucking PlayStation and beat their motherfucking ass. So keep it.
Well, amen.
There you go. And that's pretty much...
Yeah, I heard about that PewdiePie story, and I think my little brother used to be into him, but that was years ago. I think he grew out of it. But it just astounds me that a white man is able to reach that level of like fame and notoriety and making millions off of YouTube videos and still be that irresponsible.
After getting in trouble for it already.
Right. Which is surprising that you came for the Jews and weren't canceled, but like, how do you continue to get opportunities to fuck up like this? Black people do not get multiple chances to be terrible like this motherfucker PewdiePie is. So fuck him. I don't even know too much about him other than that, but everything I've heard is
there's
miserable.
Literally nothing to know. Like, it's not even like I could say, hey, go over there because you're getting quality content. You know, I know that is for somebody and it is not for me, and I can respect that. I'm not going to be like, oh, his shit is trash because I don't like it. Clearly 11 fucking million people do. So I'm just not one of them. Right. But you're a huge influencer in a really, really big industry. Even if you are, I'm like, you don't have to be out here talking about hand for hand and let's, donate for a cause. And you could just be an asshole if you're an asshole, but do better. You have to be responsible if you have a platform that large. If you don't like it, bitch, then do nothing. Stay at home.
Yeah, amen. I mean, and it's nigger, so how much caping are we really supposed to do?
Exactly.
Okay, well, my read this week goes out to Paul McDonald and Ashwath Rajan. Sorry if I mispronounced that. You ain't shit, but not because of your name. They both used to work at Google. I think Paul spent 13 years there as a product manager. And they are launching their new tech industry design piece of shit. It's called Bodega.
Okay, so I heard like a touch of this, but I didn't know what so it's an app?
So no, it is a service. It is 5-foot wide pantry boxes full of non-perishable items like tampons, pretzels, Doritos, deodorant, whatever. Basic shit that you can get at the
Bodega.
There you go. Except not in a bodega located in your dorm or your gentrified apartment building or your office instead. It's like the conveniences of the bodega without having to deal with those pesky, Dominicans and the cat and the fact that it's dusty in there sometimes. It is literally meant to replace the bodega. They use the name Bodega, and the logo is a cat.
The logo is
a fucking cat.
Oh my God,
so Fast Company published this whole story about Bodega with all the details I just told you about. They have been testing it in the Bay Area, I guess, all year long. They've got lots of funding from different investors, including some angel investment from execs at Facebook, Twitter, Dropbox, and Google. And so the idea is to preempt, like it says in this article, what people might need, and then the machine is restocked by humans who come back and refill it. And, there's sensors, and your card gets charged, and there's a video camera to record all of the transactions, and it's very... So there are a lot of problems as far as I'm concerned with Bodega, but I think, and shout out to all the people who pointed this out online, I think had they not so blatantly taken the language that people who live in neighborhoods with bodegas have been using and took their cat and used it as the logo, it probably would have not been something that most of us even paid attention to. It would have been like, oh, white people and another useless invention, another box to go downstairs. I know lots of people's buildings have boxes with dry cleaning that the people can come pick up or whatever the fuck else. So it could have just been like, oh, there's a snack box for the lobby or whatever. But y'all took the name Bodega. They said they did a focus group, tested it out with Latinos.
Wow.
Didn't give it any context other than that, but asked, is it racist for us to use the name Bodega? And said that they got 97% of them saying no. So they figured it was cool for them to go ahead and use it. My issue is this doesn't serve anybody who who doesn't have like a personal issue with bodegas. The thing about bodegas, especially in these big ass cities where that word is used, is that they're every fucking where. On my block right now, there's 2 bodegas just on the side of the street where I live. It's not inconvenient to get to a bodega at all. Like, I don't know anybody who has to walk maybe more than 3 to 5 minutes to get to one.
Oh, they're everywhere.
They're fucking everywhere. And another thing, like, it's the history of the bodega in these communities has been to serve as something that is more than just a quick trip or whatever. It's not just a convenience store. Like, it's a place where a lot of people used to get like regular grocery shopping done because they couldn't afford to go to other grocery stores, or they knew the owner and like could negotiate, like, let me get this, and this on credit till I get paid next week and I'll give it back to you. Like, it's the sort of thing where you can, you talk to people like that because you have relationships with them. Or yes, it's just right there on the fucking corner. And so you can run down and get milk, Coke, Pampers, a bacon, egg, and cheese on a roll, a chopped cheese, some incense, some Lucy's, some Starburst. Bitch,
I don't see
everything.
How this isn't just like...
Everything is in the bodega. And yes, when you first get into a bodega, you might be like, why is there a cat in here? But when you realize that cats keep mice away, you might be like, why don't I have a cat in my apartment?
Right.
Like, the whole cat thing gets very uncreepy once you realize that they serve a purpose. But again, the thing about the bodega is, like, these are in poor neighborhoods populated with people of color who have been there. Been in Harlem, been in the Bay Area, been in Oakland. I was just thinking about this story, and then how on Insecure, when the gentrification is showing up and all of a sudden white people are calling Inglewood Iwood. It was the exact same thing.
Yeah.
This story made me think of this. Like, so it's not enough for y'all to move into these neighborhoods, quadruple the rent, kick out most of the people who can't afford to stay there no more. It's not enough for y'all to get all these things out of these black and brown neighborhoods that you could have never gotten in the white neighborhoods that you can't afford. Now you just feel so icky and so uncomfortable going down to that bodega with their loud Latino music and their kids congregated outside, snapping their fingers and drinking soda pops. And it is just such an inconvenience. And you feel so uncomfortable and so gross and so much like an outsider. I really think that's what it is. White people go to these bodegas. They go to these places that are populated by the people of color who have been in the neighborhood for decades and decades, generations upon generations. And you feel so uncomfortable because you are so fucking aware of your whiteness in those small ass spaces that you would rather put those people, like the whole premise of this is putting the bodegas out of business, putting small mom and pop stores out of business. You don't need to worry about the bodega no more. You don't have to bother yourself with walking 650 feet because you can just go downstairs and get your Doritos from a lockbox. Girl,
I just don't see how this isn't a vending machine.
So it is absolutely a vending machine. And if you look online, there are lots of critics of this whole idea, and they have lots of different theories about why they won't work, and it all makes lots and lots of sense to me. But the thing is, I am just tired of white people feeling like everything is theirs, and that instead of adapting to the neighborhood and the culture where they live, they should be able to whitewash it and turn everything into what they want it to be. Like, if you wanted to have your cute little fake convenience items or whatever the fuck else and live in some lily white area where you never had to see poor people hanging around outside somewhere, then you should have took your ass to a white ass neighborhood or back home where you came from and lived that life. You didn't have to come up here and do this. And it just, I really don't understand the sense of entitlement here. It's like, so what we're doing could put, families out of business and be a loss of income for lots and lots of people. And, there are loads of people who go into the bodega who, actually would never have access to our cute little 5 foot non-perishable boxes. So, but fuck all them. Don't none of that matter. All that matters is that we don't have to see y'all's brown asses no more, and we get to make some money off of it at the same time. I call shenanigans. I see right through the bullshit, and I just want white people to chill the fuck out. And not even just white, but these model minorities like Ashwath that I mentioned earlier. Sir, I don't know you, but for you to align yourself with something like this, which somebody in this article referred to as a brodega, And I said, yes.
Yeah.
That's exactly what the fuck this is. For you to align yourself with something like this just says to me, I have assimilated into whiteness, doing the very best I can. And I have adopted this attitude of fuck the black and brown people who came here before me. And if I can make some money off y'all's asses while getting you the fuck out of these cheap neighborhoods, then more power to me. Shout out to Frank Garcia, who is the chairman of the New York State Coalition of the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, who basically came out and was like, oh, this is garbage. You are not Hispanic and you should not be using the name Bodega, especially for a service that is meant to put bodegas out of fucking business. And he said he's going to ask his members to not allow these machines in any of their properties in New York State. And I'm 100% behind it. I want to see Mayor de Blasio behind it. 100%. Do not allow these pieces of shit to come into New York City and bankrupt thousands of mom and pop businesses, small businesses that have been in the communities, been in these families since the 50s, 60s, 70s, and take it all away because white people just refuse to go live where the fuck they want to live. They just refuse to. Y'all know that you could get a 2-bedroom in Harlem for the same price as a 1-bedroom on the Lower East Side. So you come up to Harlem deciding that you're going to change it and make it all about you. And I'm just, no. Fucking no. Paul and Ashworth need to pick up their shitty idea and go the fuck home. I can't believe this got the amount of funding that it did. Not even just from like those angel investors. It's like, so...
And why would you call it a bodega, bitch? I don't see no honey buns. I don't see a single Swiss roll. There ain't like... It's a
sanitized whitewashed version of a bodega.
La Croix? What is it? Is that sparkling water?
Bitch, La Croix? If you don't take your ass... The bodega has Poland Spring in multiple sizes.
And that is maybe a Dasani.
And a deli case. What kind of sandwich do you want, bitch? On a roll or a hero? What are you getting today?
It is honestly not a bodega if I can't get a chopped cheese. It's impossible. Like, this is a box with food in it.
It's not a bodega if I can't get wraps. It's not. What is this?
That's why I don't understand this at all, because the only thing about this that makes it unique is that they're calling it bodega, because I've seen these before in many places, and there's nothing in here that you can't get like on Postmates, at the fucking grocery store,
right,
at a gas station, probably 7-Eleven somewhere. They're like, I just don't.
It just seems like such a massive waste of money for something that is not going to be that big of a benefit to that many people. Because again, why the fuck would you pay what I'm certain is an elevated price to go get something out of this box downstairs when you could literally go outside, walk to the right, go into the bodega and get whatever the fuck else? Like, it just...
Like, I personally, people, this is an honest
white people and people striving for whiteness.
I'm looking at this photo. I've never wanted Campbell's to-go soup or peanut M&Ms or Kit Kat or anything so bad that I would leave my house and have to go downstairs. Like, if I'm gonna leave my house to go get it, or leave my apartment, I should say, to go get it.
There you go.
Then I'm not going to have a problem with walking the additional few 50 feet to go to the corner and get it versus just in the lobby of my building. Like,
that was the argument I heard about it. Well, I don't like to go outside. I don't like to interact with people. Bitch, join the club. Me either.
Same, bitch.
But I feel that way about every single time I leave my apartment.
Apartment.
I don't like going outside of that place. I don't like doing it.
Sometimes I get little notifications from Amazon that's like, your package has been delivered or whatever, and I'll be like, I'll get it tomorrow. I don't even feel like
you don't want me to go downstairs
to go and get this box. Like, it's not just about, like, even if I would order something on Postmates or Grubhub or something like that, and they'll come downstairs and be like, we're downstairs, can you come? No, I cannot. The whole purpose of this service is for you to bring it to my door.
I tipped and everything that you would come upstairs.
Come right up.
Yes.
What do you need in order to get inside? Because I'm not leaving my apartment.
Right.
So it's not about it being in the lobby or not. It's about, like, I have to leave period.
Right.
If I'm going to do that, the difference between the lobby and the corner is not a very big one.
It's not. But like I'm saying, my whole thing is I don't want to go outside. So I will protect myself in the ways that I feel comfortable, like with sunglasses and headphones. Even to take the trash out, I will put headphones on because I want to avoid the risk of even possibly talking to somebody in the elevator. So I get that, but I don't have that type of reservation at the bodega. This is I don't want to go to the bodega thing.
Exactly.
This is being in the bodega makes me feel uncomfortable.
It can't possibly
being around all you ethnics and your culture and your foreign language. And I read oh my God, I swear these fucking white people. I was looking up in my new neighborhood where the closest liquor store was because it's important to know.
Absolutely.
And there was a Google review from some white man who was like, if you come in here, be prepared to see drunks all over the place and you'll get terrible service if you're white and somebody's going to slit your throat if you don't hurry up and drug deals going on and all this other shit. And I'm like,
that's what gives a charm.
What exactly were you expecting out of a liquor store though? Did you not expect to see alcoholics around a liquor store? I don't understand. And then why? The thing is, you're at a liquor store in Harlem. Why is you here?
What did you?
You could just go. I mean, you can get right there on the 4, 5, or 6 and go to the Upper East Side and buy your liquor around the dignified white people that you feel you truly deserve.
Where you and I are, we're not that far from each other.
Yeah, no, we're not.
You could walk a fresh 15 blocks down and find the fucking liquor store that is that you're looking for.
Right. It's not far.
Because the way that Uptown is set up now, especially because of shit like this, we're kind of like on the edge of all of that.
Oh, and so high?
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
I told Fran about it. She was pissed. So high. Like, what the fuck?
Whatever. I feel exactly what you're saying. Like, it's like you're coming into a situation. You know exactly where you at. You know who lives out here, and you want to change people's experience, their life, their culture to make yourself comfortable.
But see, right, that's the thing. They don't feel comfortable going to our liquor stores. So now they have 3 or 4 different apps that will deliver wine and liquor to your door in 2 hours or whatever the fuck. And now y'all don't feel comfortable going to the bodega to get your fucking cheesy poofs. So you're going to install boxes in the lobby so that you don't have to go outside and be bothered with poor people of color for 5 fucking minutes. Like, you can't put your headphones. This is the thing. If you don't like talking to people and it's not a race thing, then just put your fucking headphones or whatever else on, go to the bodega, pay for your items, and go home. Nobody's going to force you to talk to them. Nobody's going to be like, white man, your money's not welcome here. That shit doesn't happen. They don't care.
They do not
buy what you're going to buy and get the fuck out.
You're uncomfortable because you're surrounded by people of color in a neighborhood that
you're not used
is
to
not a whole bunch of you.
You can't understand the language. Smells funny in here. People are talking real loud. Niggas is jumpy. But you're just going to have to calm the fuck down, man.
This is so stupid.
Fuck whiteness and fuck that. Fuck that bodega app shit.
I want a Nature Valley bar so bad right now. But there's so many black people at that fucking bodega. I wish I could just go downstairs and get a Nature Valley granola bar. Like, what?
It's just trash. And then, but to me, the most important thing is like you're blatantly putting people out of business.
Right.
Like you're trying to. The goal of this, I don't either. Especially now with all the backlash against it, it has to flop. It has to.
But past that, like, for real, you should have just called it deli. Because, like,
calling it bodega and making the bodega catch your logo?
Like that, come on.
That's spitting in people's faces.
It absolutely is. It's not a bodega if I cannot get like a bacon, egg, and cheese.
It's not a bodega if somebody's Dominican or Nigerian uncle is not in the back yelling at people. It's not a fucking bodega if somebody's nephew is not learning how to count change. It's not a bodega if you can't get a sandwich. It's not a bodega if it's not a bodega. White people installing a box in the lobby of your gym and calling it bodega and sticking the cat on it is just like, there's nothing y'all won't do.
Top tier privilege.
There is nothing y'all, and they insisted on calling it bodega, meaning somebody said, I don't know about this name, y'all. Maybe we should think twice.
Because the bodega is a culture.
The bodega is the culture. The bodega is the people. It's the community. It's the neighborhood. It is their neighborhood that you invaded. And now you're going to whitewash their shit and put it in an overpriced box and use their name and their cat? Man, nah, fuck y'all. And so I'm done.
All right. Well,
I think that's it for this week, right?
This is weeks.
Unless you're going to cuss out people for bringing their baby to it.
You know, it's fine. I don't know what the hell is wrong with a lot of y'all who feel like, you know, let me go ahead and bring a fucking toddler to an R-rated movie about an otherworldly, shape-shifting demon clown that literally eats them.
I did not know it was a shapeshifter.
Yeah, like that. It is a monster. Spoilers. It's a monster from like an alternate place.
So it's not really a clown. I thought it was just
it's
a clown
not a clown
in
at
the
all.
sewer.
It's like an entity, I guess you would say. But basically, what it does is changes into the like worst fears of these kids because it says that fear makes them taste better. So it like changes into scary stuff and scares the shit out of kids, and then turns into a clown and eats them. Like you see children being mauled and murdered in this film. Adults are scared to see it. You bringing your baby to the theater to watch this hellish ass movie, and you know they're gonna keep you up. You know they're gonna be coming and knocking at your door in the middle of the night, and you were mad at them now. Right around the corner from
Talking
Halloween.
about go to bed. No, bitch, I'm going to bed with you because you did this to me.
You're traumatizing your own fucking kids. And then on top of that, you ruining everybody else's goddamn night. We spent our money too. We spent our money as well to come out here and have fun. Now we got to hear your baby hollering for the whole last 2 hours and 15 black ass motherfucking minutes. Stop it.
Yes.
Some of y'all, there's like two reasons I'm seeing. The main one, I see a lot of people talking about, oh, well, couldn't find a sitter. Then, girl, you shouldn't have found your ass a seat in the motherfucking theater to see this motherfucking movie. Period. If you couldn't get somebody to watch your baby, it just came out. It hasn't even been 2 weeks yet.
Right.
So if you couldn't get somebody to watch the baby on Friday, then go watch the movie on Saturday. Try again on Sunday. Maybe Monday. Like, go when you can. The movie just came out.
Right.
And if never, I promise by the holiday season, it will be on digital HD, Blu-ray, DVD, maybe a VHS if you look hard enough, so that you can watch it in the privacy of your own home when that nigga is asleep. Why the hell do you want to have your child be terrified of clowns well into their 50s? Into the grave. This bitch is going to be afraid of people that are simply ashy and have a cold, maybe. Like, if you do your makeup fucked up, these motherfuckers just may like crawl into the gutter and just die.
Same.
Why would you want to do that? And then the other ones are the ones talking about, well, you know, my parents made me watch the miniseries when it came on in 1990, and that's how I, you know, was afraid of clowns, and, you know, so I'm just bringing out my kids out of like a rites of passage. Okay, you're a real weird bitch. Like, you are real strange. I almost can understand that you maybe are super excited. Maybe you're a big horror fan. You love the It French. Well, I don't know if it's, you know what I'm saying. You love the story.
You love the book, maybe.
You love the book, perhaps. This is a much better adaptation of the book than the miniseries was. Maybe you're just hype like I was and many other horror fans, and you just can't find anybody to watch the baby. Fucked up circumstances. Do I think you should take the kid anyway? Hell no. But purposely trying to scar a child for fucking life because your parents did it to you? Oh, you strange bitch.
Right.
Those are real strange
My
things.
parents traumatized me, so I'm just passing it along to my baby. What?
Like, my uncle showed me a Chucky movie when I think I was 4 years old, talking about, come look at this new toy. And I see this big-headed, red-haired, evil bitch leap across something and stab the fuck out of somebody. And when I tell you I was terrified of that bitch for the following 13 motherfucking years.
Oh, my God, yes. My mama was so mad at my uncle because he let me watch Chucky.
I still don't know if I forgive him. like
Because that's a fucked up thing to do to me. And the Gremlins. I never got over that either.
I was terrified. I don't understand. What is fun about that? Like, seeing kids get scared a little bit is kind of funny. But, like, when they walk around the corner and you jump out from behind the door and go, boo, and they shake a little bit. Not showing them a shape-shifting demon from the hellish universe somewhere else.
Right.
Literally biting a baby's arm off. Like, just in the opening. Like, you gotta just ask yourself, what the fuck is wrong with me?
My 6-year-old can watch this.
Now, there are some kids that are like 5, 4, 6 years old and they love it. Like, I don't know what's like, you should not be taking.
I wouldn't take no 5-year-old to that.
There are some kids, like little kids, that love scary movies for whatever. If that were my child.
Jade said Noah loves that shit. That Harley Quinn is her favorite.
Harley Quinn is not scary.
Oh, well, maybe, I don't know.
Like, Harley Quinn is violent. I'm talking about horror. I'm talking about things.
Harley Quinn is scary to me.
That are going to be up under. You remember in the Poltergeist?
I know you don't think I saw the Poltergeist.
Of course.
I know you don't think that.
Poltergeist is not. Like,
it was about ghosts, right?
Yeah.
Get it? Poltergeist.
Like,
that's all I got. Oh, Silence of the Lambs. I saw that. That's scary.
Silence of the Lambs is a thriller.
Okay.
I'm talking about, I mean, obviously a child would still be scared of that, but this is scary to look at. It's like
okay.
Just the clown's face. He could not even be speaking, and I feel like the average child would be like, please get that as far the fuck away from me as possible. But even if my child loved that horrifying imagery, I'm not taking that motherfucker to the theater. I'm taking him to the house of God to be checked out. Like, if you can watch a monster maul babies to pieces and they're like, yes, daddy, when does the sequel come out? Let's talk to Christ first.
I'm going to pray over this one.
And let's see how he's feeling.
I don't know about this, baby.
This isn't normal. So yeah, I just feel like, girl, you should want more for your own child and for their, emotional stability.
Right. Because it just seems like a lot.
But if nothing else, please don't ruin my night out. Please don't. I've been waiting for this movie for a long ass time. And if your baby is in the theater crying and making a whole fucking scene and ruining my experience, I'm getting you kicked out. I'm getting a refund and I'm going to finish watching the movie. Test me.
Same thing happened to me at Get Out. I was like, why? Why is somebody young enough to cry and cry loudly at what's happening on screen in this room?
You shouldn't even be allowed to bring them.
I feel like maybe it's not legal to do that.
I think that it is.
Can you tell people they can't bring their kids somewhere?
I don't think so. I think that as long as you're of age for a rated R movie, you can bring whoever you want to with them as long as you buy their ticket.
Okay, got you. But maybe that should just not be the case.
It shouldn't.
Because
it just
goddamn.
Maybe 13 and up, like between 13 and 17 or whatever the age is for rated R.
Or if you just know your baby can handle this crazy movie, why not wait till it comes out at home? On like one of the streaming services or on demand or whatever so they can watch it at home. Like, why take them to the theater and risk them having a reaction that's going to disturb everybody else? Because you want to go to the movies that damn bad? Sometimes as a parent, you have to sacrifice.
Isn't that what being a parent's...
I mean, I feel like women get that early on. Like, you give up your body so that this nigga can grow. And then you sacrifice parts of your life throughout for the sake of your children.
And I still don't want to hear that shit because like I said, when I went to go see Deadpool because I was by myself, I was sitting next to 3 back-to-back babies and 2 couples that brought those kids with them. One of these couples should have been watching these niggas while the other went and then did it again so the next couple. You know what? You can't have a couple. You can't have a date night.
You can't always have a date night.
You can't have a double date all the motherfucking time when you all are parents.
I don't understand why one couple didn't watch the kids Friday night and the other couple watched them Saturday
because
night.
You just had to all see Deadpool together. What?
Lord. Mess. All right. Well, I'm done.
So that's this episode of The Read.
Yes. Make sure you check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Tumblr. This is The Read. Check out our website, thisistheread.com.
Thanks so much to everybody who came out to our panel at DragCon, our gay gamers panel. Luckily PewDiePie, I guess, decided to wait until after that because, I would have ripped her ass to shreds. But it was a really great turnout, and I did not know that I was going to be doing a signing as well. That was thrown at me at the last minute, but thanks to everybody who also stood in line and got things signed.
Famous.
So that was fun. I was signing between T.S. Madison and what's his name? Carson Kressley?
What? That's crazy. I know who both of those people are.
Right.
Hey.
So I was like,
you was up there with the bad bitches.
Yeah.
Yeah, celebrity.
And I got out there as quickly as I could because I didn't want
to dream about cars and things.
So thanks so much to everybody who came out. That was a lot of fun. And it was really dope to see all of the families that brought their kids out. I thought that was fun.
There is an appropriate place to bring your baby.
Hey. Even though there were a couple of kids in that panel room, and I did say fuck.
Well, listen.
But I apologize.
If you brought your kids to DragCon, you don't care if they hear the word fuck.
I mean, you can't.
You can't. Possibly.
That's probably one of the tamest things that go here.
Okay.
At DragCon.
Especially if anybody was talking about the tuck process that Shea Coulee was in here talking about.
Without question.
I was like, holy God. I had no idea you go through so much. Let's see. We have some live shows coming up later this year. September 30th, we will see you in Atlanta. That show is all sold out. But we will be in Chicago, Charlotte, LA, New Orleans, and Detroit before the year is out. So check us at thereadlive.com for tickets in your city. Can't wait to see you guys. Do you have any other news this week, Kid Fury?
I do not have any further news this week, although we have some fun things that will be announced. I'd say sooner than later.
Hooty hoo. Okay.
So, you can wait for that. And our acronym for this week.
I was going to say, I got to get home. Broad City's coming back tonight.
What?
New season starts tonight, 10:30. Hey. Yep.
Okay, let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, let's go.
No acronym. Go. Good night. Whatever, bye.